There we go. Sorry about that, chat, for a little bit of, well, 6 minutes late. I had to reset my computer. For some reason, Windows recently does not want me changing my monitor resolution. It's like, no, you will stay at 4K. But I'm like, I need it to be 10K. I mean, 1080p. And so I had to reset it to fix that issue. But here we are now. How you doing? Sorry, no Doom tonight. Wanted to take a little bit of a respite from that and play a very similar game. I'm not good at choosing these, am I? But hey, so it's fine. I like Wolfenstein. Or at least, I still like Wolfenstein. I had to put that still in there because they're trying real hard these days to make me not like it because, like Young Blood. Which I'm only just now realizing that they called that game Young Blood because this one's called Old Blood. I don't know why I didn't put that together before. I am not a smart man. Someone should have pointed that out to me. But I hope you guys have been good over the past 2 days. I've been working on my Hitman script. That's about halfway done. Well, rough draft-wise. Hopefully it seems like it's turning out alright. It's not an easy one to write, though. Not easy at all. So, before I do anything else, it appears your new emote, Pregnant Chris Reef. Who would have a pregnant Chris Redfield? I'm gonna ban that emote from my chat. Yeah, like that one's getting banned. Like, no use of that emote here. That's a little out there. That's like a fetish emote. Like, what? Ban what? That pregnant Chris Redfield emote I just saw. Like, I don't think we need that, that cursed image. But, hello everyone. Hope you guys had a good couple days. But I'm back. Back for more, I don't know, I'm in a first-person shooter binge right now, for some reason. Maybe I'll even try one of those boomer shooters that's come out recently. There's a couple that actually have caught my eye, look pretty good. You will keep it hidden unless Sammy use it only as a weapon to defend yourself, I say. Any plans to send Battlefield 3 or 4 before 6 comes out? I mean, when is 6 coming out? It seems like Battlefield has taken a bit of a hiatus. I mean, those are definitely sinnable, so I might get to them. I'm not really shooting to have 3 and 4 done before 6 comes out. I mean, it's kind of there in that same, field as Call of Duty for me. It's a one that I will do when a new one comes out and occasionally go back and do an old one. But they're not high priorities for me. But I will keep it in mind. May get revealed in May. Usually those come out at the end of the year though, right? Play Ninja Gaiden Sigma series. I may do that at some point actually. I never finished Ninja Gaiden on Xbox on the original. Even though I liked it a lot. Hold up. Someone just dropped 1,000 bits on my head. Thank you, Musical. The pumpkin has found a new host, but my roots will take some time to get the body figured out. Are you equating yourself with the Headless Horseman? I'm confused about that comment. This is some creepy pasta stuff, right? Have you gotten any of the free games for PS4? No. I haven't even turned my PS4 on in like a while. I think I've got the games on PS4 that I want, though. Take your simp coins? Sure, why not? I mean, I can't do anything with them either. Technically, they don't even go to me. When you spend your simp coins, you literally are just destroying them. It's not like they go to me and go in my wallet. Unless it's an actual bit, then that's a difference. But the channel points, nope, those go nowhere. So I should probably do my announcement real quick, so more people can know what I'm doing tonight. You posted an image of some art you've done in the Discord. It explains there. Okay, I'll try to take a look at it later. All you aspiring artists out there, any of you sold your stuff as an NFT for that craze going on right now? Chat, I could probably make some serious bank selling my emotes as NFTs. How much would you pay to be the owner of the, our much beloved Dartigan emote? How much ether would you give me for that one? By that, I mean just, the digital certificate that you own that coin. NFTs are a bit weird like that. It's like you own it, but you don't get really any rights over it. It's like I'd still be using it. Try Enter the Gungeon, it's really fun. It feels like one of those games I would play, and then never complete. I'm like that with a lot of rogue-based games. $5 for the emote. That's a little low. Well, that's low balling me, man. That's an emote for a Twitch channel. Gotta be at least worth the 1 ether. Your sister bought a PlayStation 5 off a scalper for my birthday. Not too happy about that, because now she'll be broke again in April. Yeah, she probably paid, like, what, triple the cost? What's up, gamer? Just came by to say hi. Not going to be able to stay tonight because you're busy working on editing. Ah, is it what I think it's from? Ah, well, Godspeed, my man. And thanks for saying hi. But, yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. So that's the new Discord announcement. What about this thing? I'll switch that over to public. Good. All my announcements are done. How have I been, my dude? Well, my dudes and dudettes. Dudettes isn't a real word though. Sexy ladies, I don't know. What we need more words for female that like we have for guys. But I've just been working on my Hitman script mainly, and doing some chores. Those are kind of backed up. Cleaned my sink today. That's a good feeling. There's nothing better than a shiny sink, chat. There really isn't. But really, just really boring stuff. Nothing really worth talking about. It's your birthday, and hope you have had a good day. Well, happy birthday, Andre. Happy birthday indeed. This sip's for you. How old are you, my man? Do I always feel like somebody's watching me? Well, that'd be a really weird feeling for me to have, because I'm streaming, so people are watching me. So I tend to know when I'm being watched because I want people to watch. But no, I don't really have that feeling. I know you're just trying to make like a conversational joke, and I took it way too seriously. I do that often. But no, I'm not paranoid. Oh, you're here for real now? Oh, who was that here? Who was that here before? Guessing you're banking this footage? Yes, it's a possibility. Well, yeah, it's a possibility. I'll still do a video on it later on, if it's doable. I've heard this game isn't very long. It's kind of like just like half the length, a half-length game, like half the length of an actual size Wolfenstein game. So if it gives me enough to even work with. So the theme of the musical pumpkin is that I'm your possessed pumpkin who has taken a human host by placing himself on their heads, so they rot. So hence, you need a new one. I see. Is this a story you're writing, or is it something I just should know about that I don't? It's not very long, yeah. It's basically like an extended DLC, almost like an expansion pack or something, right? But technically, it's not. You don't need the base game for it either. So it's its own game, but I've always kind of wanted to play it, but I never get around to it. I was remarking earlier that I just now realized that the reason that the last Wolfenstein game is called Young Blood is because this one's called Old Blood. I should have put that together a lot much sooner. But horrible. Silly Dart. Well, I don't always think about things until I get the good reason to. Didn't you stop with Youngblood after like 20 minutes? No, I did a full stream of it, but I didn't stream it again after that because I hated it. Basically looter shooter. Well, not looter shooter, but trash. Let's just call it trash. Also, you've honestly considered making yourself a creepypasta? You can always go to the SCP wiki and try to write something. Chat, should we try to write an SCP creature, come up with an SCP creature? Might be a fun channel activity. Survive, Dartigan. Even if it kills you, words of advice for gaming from a wise VTuber. Survive. I mean, well, I'm not sure which VTuber you're watching, buddy. I'm pretty sure they got that advice from somewhere else. In your defense, Dartigan, I didn't realize either. Well, see, I'm sure there's a lot of people who didn't put that one together. He's back. Right. What's my favorite Wolfenstein game? That would be the New Order, the first one, the rebooted one that came out a few years ago. That one was really good. The sequel was was still pretty good, but just wasn't quite as good or as like pure. It sort of had like the Doom Eternal problem where they just went a bit too far into it. They leaned too heavily into what they'd already accomplished instead of keeping it more like pure. Oh, God, I hate using that word, but it's kind of similar with Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Your first Dartigan stream was Young Blood. Wow. Surprised you stuck with me. You're still hoping that Wolfenstein 2009 comes back to Steam? Why is it not available on Steam? I can't imagine it's a copyright issue. I mean, they own the franchise. Weirdly, I get asked a lot like what game series I'd like to see get remade or something recently, over the past, few months or so. Now, one of the answers I've always given is Soul Reaver, and recently that got taken off Steam and by Square Enix. So like, you guys planning something? Licensed music, I guess, but that's pretty easy to replace, I think. That game was a piece of shit, but the Wolfenstein, the one that was not made by Machine Games. I never played it, but I always heard it was like, mixed. What is this crappy Origin? No, go away, Origin. I don't need you up. Something to do with Activision making it and Bethesda owning the license. Okay, that might have something to do with it then. How's my day going? So far, so good. I mean, I'm streaming for you guys right now. That's always a good day. And I'm halfway done with my Hitman script, so I'm technically on schedule. Haven't slipped behind it like I did last time. You know what, a Wolfenstein I'd like to see get a graphical remake? The Wolfenstein before 2009's, what was it? Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That was a good game. It's actually, it actually might actually be more, and now that I think about it, I might like that one a bit more than I like the New Order. I kind of like Wolfenstein when it's dealing with like supernatural shit, like this game apparently does. And so like, here's some old history diesel punk. Oh, good. Yeah, it was kind of undershadowed. I think it came out at a weird time. So, well, overshadowed by a lot of other games. But yeah, it was like, well, I just enjoy killing the final boss with a tiny knife because you can, even though I cannot be destroyed. Do I hate Diesel Punk? Diesel Punk has the same issue as steampunk. It's just something that just uses the punk logo. I mean, the trend of naming genres punk, and there's not much punk about it. It's just like, hey, here's the 1920s, only different. Turn to Castle. I'm glad so many people in chat also enjoyed. Maybe I should stream Castle Wolfenstein at some point. Old Blood only covers up to the... Wait, does this game cover part of the Return to Castle Wolfenstein? I wasn't aware of that. It's kind of weird that they kind of like made a halfway done remake. This game is a retelling of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. The main thing I remember about Return to Castle Wolfenstein was like the big knight guy, who's like an ancient guy from a lost city who you get to kill at the end. And he's like, he tells like a wizard at the beginning of the game, like, you know as well as I cannot be destroyed. And then by the end of the game, you can kill him with a tiny little knife. It's like, well, I thought you couldn't be destroyed. Modern weapons seem to be doing it. What's up, Sammy? Dartigan. Oh, Dartigan, how have you been? Missed you. It feels weird to say my own name in reference to someone else, though. What's the next Sin video? It's going to be Hitman Absolution. I'm already halfway done with the script. Yes, right, I'm doing all the videos that will probably get the lowest views right now. Also, thank you for the sub to Dartigan Ho GMC. Dartigan, I did tell you, I think, when I mentioned this game, yeah, but I forget a lot of stuff. Especially when it's just, I have to read 1,000 comments at, a night. Game covers when BJ and his partner invades the castle up to the boss. That would kill Helga and the OG, but it's different here, so first, I wonder why they didn't just redo the entire game then. Did I see the sin you put in the sin channel? The one about Hitman 3 talking about how Hitman Absolution isn't real? If it was that one, then yes. Alright, so chat, should we get started? I think we should. Got a pretty good chat going. How do you undergo this level of chatification, by the way? I want to know. Is it really just the Nazi killing regime that gets you like that levels of chat? It's like, why would you even wear a shirt if you're cut like that? It's like, even if it's cold out. I'm hoping the mouse feels weird. Hopefully just for the menus, though, not the end game. There's not like any mouse acceleration on, is there? Sensitivity, mouse smoothing is off, so that's good. Someone has to be Doom Guy's grandfather. I think he's like his great-grandfather. The Doom Guy lineage goes B.J. Blazkowicz and then Commander Keen. Well, actually, you might be right. Maybe it is his grandfather. Didn't you know Holocaust is considered the peak of human bodybuilding period? Hey, from apparently, according to recent studies, modern testosterone levels are like several times lower than what your grandfather would have been. So maybe they were just more T then. You know, fighting a war will do that to you. See, this is everyone today. This was your grandfather. I like that you can do it fast enough. It's almost like looking at a clip book. Where does Duke Nukem? Duke Nukem is a different series altogether. It isn't connected. So unlike with Doom chat, I'm not really that worried about beating Wolfenstein on a harder difficulty. So we're just gonna do it on normal. Uber, yeah, let's do it on Uber. Heroic gamers. No, like I said, this ain't Doom. There's no bragging rights to be found.
This war is a disease, passed through blood spilled by warriors. I feel the winds from the gathering storm.
According to this series, what are they going to do with Wolfenstein 3? I'm guessing they'll go back and show how he killed Hitler. I don't know. That Young Blood really fucked with what they seemed like they were trying to do. Recent victories of the German army. Volume? Oh, hold on. Wait till the cutscene's over and I'll change it if you need it. I mean, you can read it technically right now.
I hope you don't mind the weight of the world on your shoulders.
So, chat saying volume. I will do so. So we might have to turn it down again once the shooting starts. Especially considering the fact that the cliffhanger in Wolfenstein 2 is pretty good. I wouldn't really know if I'd call that a cliffhanger. It's just like, rise up, you Americans. Fight off the Nazis. And they did. And they, and then they went from there and into some weird 1980s shit. That's not a bad, Blazkowicz voice. Rise up, Americans. You just gotta pretend like you've been smoking a lot and you're really buff. Your Floor, the new Life is Strange protag, is based off emotion, and you're not about it. I mean, maybe it'll be good. Remember your partner that dies really early in Return to Castle Wolfenstein? Barely. There's only certain parts of that game's plot I really remember. Here's that guy. The game covers more of your partnership. Emotion.
Blazkowicz? I've got pretty solid shoulders, Agent 1.
Big shoulders.
Well, we're losing the bloody war. Nobody told me. HQ's put a tight lid on it.
What is that keychain? Is that a gun keychain? Hey GMC, thank you for the sub to Carlos. Yeah, here's the one where you actually go to Castle Wolfenstein.
cover.
Volume's still not good enough for you guys? Jesus Christ.
From the SS in Frankfurt.
I turned it up already.
Die Papiere bitte. Hier.
So can you guys hear what they're saying or what?
Und zeigen Sie dort Ihre Papiere.
Some papers.
Wiedersehen.
Thank God you played the prequel. It's a good way to understand the alternative timeline.
We can do this. Okay, look. You're German?
Alright, I'll turn it up again. I'm telling you guys, once the shooting starts, you're going to ask me to turn it down because you'll barely be able to hear me.
Frankly, it's atrocious.
Auf Wiedersehen.
And keep your gun holstered for as long as you can. The papers Kester prepared for you are in the glove box.
One of those terribly audio mix games, it's a possibility. What is this gun? That keychain has got to be a reference to something. It has to be. It's too explicit.
Over there in the glove box, Agent Blazkowicz.
I'm looking around the environment. You hold your course. VTuber screaming has prepared your ears for pain. I'm not a screamy type of streamer, though. Doom gun? Maybe.
Okay. Let's go. And remember, stay focused, stay quiet.
What happened in the first 25 minutes of the stream? We just now started the game. Nothing has happened 25 minutes ago in the game. We were just chatting with people in chat. This is literally the beginning of the game. So this is id Tech 5, right? This is before they switched over to id Tech 6. Hey, can we get a Castlevania and Wolfenstein crossover event? That'd be nice. You find newspapers here that say Hitler barely survived an assassination attempt by BJ. Are they referring to Mecha Hitler? I've never played the original Wolfenstein 3D because it's a bit old and crusty for me. But I do know that bit of lore about it. Castlestein. Does Wolfenstein in German just mean the castle of the wolf or something? Or Wolf Fortress, maybe? I don't know. Come along, Wesley. Oh, God's sake. El Jäger. Stone Wolf. Wolf Fortress 2. So these graphics brought an odd question. What would I say are the problems with modern gaming? Over monetization is kind of the bigger one, and so designing your games around over monetization. I'd say that's probably the most pressing issue about games. Paperborn. People are out celebrating in the streets of Paperborn in the Bavarian mountains when the Führer came to revisit the town where its famous castle Wolfenstein. On the agenda was a meeting with General William Strauss and his lieutenant Helga von... I remember Helga now. Helga von Schaubs discussed the German war effort and the success of General Strauss's research into advanced war technology. This is just the beginning, said the Führer after the meeting. The Allied forces are losing on all fronts. Our bombs are falling over England. The American Navy is fighting a war they cannot win in the Pacific. No one is standing in our way. He also commanded Helga von Schaubs for archaeological research illuminating the great history of King Otto. Yep, King Otto was like the final boss of Return to Castle Wolfenstein, wasn't he? And his legacy to the German people. Or no, I forget, what was his name? So what happened to Japan in this world? You know what? I don't think Wolfenstein goes into that very much. I think they're like a client state of them or something. So they're technically just like you. They do what they're told. Probably means no anime. What's up, Bummy Yumi? How you doing? So I didn't send the fact there's a Jewish technology that helps Germany create machines. Are you sure about that? That feels like something I would have mentioned. I know they mentioned something about that, something similar to that. Well, this guy's actually bigger than BJ. Jaeger. Papers, Please. I'll play this game.
Augenblick, warten Sie. Aus Frankfurt.
Wow, this scene happens in every Wolfenstein game, doesn't it?
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
So ein komischer Kauz. Die spinnen die Arme. Hot dog. Die wird sich wundern, wenn wir an der Macht sind. Weiter. Kreta. Bei Fuß.
Yeah, every single Wolfenstein game, new Wolfenstein game, is that scene where you get interrogated by the German people. Or like the German bad guy. Didn't Germany hate the Jews? Well, yes. It's a very critical part of the history. Why did they accept that? I mean, they weren't above using like advanced technology they got from enemies just because it was from the Jews. I mean, they also took a lot of wealth from the Jewish people that they killed. They didn't just throw that money away. They're like, yeah, it's ours now. Why didn't BJ learn at least a bit of German? He's too busy killing them. I mean, he's only going to usually learn the words "stop," "no," "please" from them, more than likely.
Helga's second in command. I hear he feeds his dogs with prisoners from the castle's dungeon.
Can you guys hear the game, by the way? Guten Tag. Yeah, BJ is, you know, part Polish, but he's also got Jewish blood in him too. Remember, there was a big issue in like the second game with his dad.
Helga von Schacht.
And his mom.
What a nasty piece of work.
Can barely hear much. Wow, why is this game mixing so weird? Okay, I'll turn it up a bit more. Unless you guys are like watching my stream on your shitty mobiles and they have really crappy audio there. That's the way this should be happening.
Handpicked by Death's Head himself as a key member of the SS Paranormal Division. You know, I had the misfortune of encountering her on a mission to Tanzania. Did I ever tell you about that, Blazkowicz? Was sick with Blackwater fever at the time. Possibly the worst day of my life. Not even a heavy diet of whiskey could improve my condition, if you can imagine. Anyway, this castle, Helga owns it. It's her occult research center.
I remember I remember only certain bits of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It's been a while.
Is vital in doing this.
And I played it on Xbox too, not the PC version, so...
It should give us the location of Death's Head's compound. Once we have that, well then, we can launch an assault on his base of operations. Shoot him dead. Turn this failure of a war around.
I remember getting my ass kicked by the Uber Soldats quite a bit in Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Why would you build a castle like this? Because it's diesel punk. That's why. Yeah, I just remember how goofy the final fight is with that giant knight guy.
Right.
And like Heinrich Himmler in the background just watching you fight him. Like, oh, guess what, to do something else that...
Leaving the channel open.
That's right, Hitler, I mean, not Heinrich Hitler, Heinrich Himmler. Himmler appeared in the game instead of Hitler on that one. The Uber what? Uber Soldat. It's just super soldiers is what it is.
Meet up later.
That was like an enemy's type you fought in the game that would just mess you up. Are you going to try Monster Hunter Rise? I don't know, I've never played a Monster Hunter game. Are they really grindy? I'm not into really grindy games. They always look like they probably really, you have to grind out a lot of shit to get equipment. Wolfberg. Uber Soldaten? No, I just call them Uber Soldats. Very grindy, you love it? Yeah, I'm not into grind. He's got a date lined up.
Ich danke Ihnen. Darf ich fragen, ob Sie etwas gefunden haben? Ende.
Nuka-Cola? What's up, Rune? How you doing? Up, bros. Any of this sound good? I know this one's lemonade. I didn't expect the Fallout reference.
Noch irgendwas, Obersturmanführer? Ende.
European chocolate makers. Only the finest. You can see Vault-Tec logos on those Nazi vault doors. Where? It's connected, chat. They have American soda? Well... wasn't there like American soda that had like what was it? Well, no, that was probably well after the World War II. It's Bethesda. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I just for some reason it just struck me as weird. I mean, there is a Dragonborn helmet in like what was it? Wolf 2016, Doom 2016, or was that in Wolfenstein as well? So I shouldn't be too surprised. Fonta is what I was thinking of. Fonta was like a what was it? An American company that made a German brand soda, and is named to that.
Über 1000 Jahre
Countess.
Der muss König Otto gehört haben.
King Otto.
In einer der Kisten, die zur Burg gebracht
Doom 2016. Yeah, I don't know if I ever. Yeah, I think I found that one actually.
besonders nach allem, was
Chad, you realize we'll soon be getting all sorts of references from all sorts of Microsoft Bethesda games now. It's gonna happen. If they ever actually get around to making some of these goddamn games, they're taking their good ass time. You're supposed to pinch your lips similar to French pronunciation in O and U in German. Yeah, but that's asking a lot of an American.
ich will nachsichtig sein mit dir. Diese
We don't really use our lips to pronunciate things. It's all in the throat and the tongue.
Verstanden?
We're a very deep-set voice. Or at least mine is. This is how Monster Hunter games are like. See armor you want, kill monster till you get the mats you need. Yeah, that's what I've always seen in Monster Hunter.
Elevator. Roger that. Guard spotted. Going in for the kill.
Oh. No, they had silencers back then.
There you go now. Sleep tight.
Wow, that is one chunky looking pencil. That looks a bit bigger than the actual version of the, what is it, the Walter? No, not the Walter, but the Luger? Or is it something... I know there's one, it's based on one type of German pistol. Oh, yeah, the Mauser, I'm trying to think, well, I'm not a gun guy, so I'm just like, wait a minute, is it Luger, Walter? You don't mind knowing Easter eggs? There is an Easter egg in one of the rooms here in the beginning. You can grab it with a Dovahkiin helmet. That's also like in Doom 2016 then. Right, so, oh, hold on. Silent Leon, thank you for the 10 months. Thank you. Let me silently kill this guy, if that's in the game still. Mouse 3. Didn't the Luger pinch their fingers? I don't know, I know it has that weird, hammer design on it that no other gun uses, really. Rip and tear? No, it's, well, I guess you're doing pretty much the same thing, right? You're on mobile, delays, your PC doesn't want to run the stream, but this room you're in, the helmet is in here, I will find it then. First, collect all the bullets. They're loading me up. Toggle lock mechanism? Yeah, I guess that's what you would call it. I've been told there's a Dovahkiin helmet in here somewhere. Are you having a B positive attitude? I am very positive today. I don't see a Dovahkiin anywhere. There's something appealing about old guns. I like old guns too. I'm into revolvers. I like revolvers. Would Dartigan send Sam and Max? I don't know. Comedy is usually hard to send because it's, comedy. Okay, I don't see a Dovahkiin helmet. Out where the guards are? Someone said in this room. And then like, oh, no. Well, that's what happens when you follow chat. Oh, there it is. Note from research assistant Ling. Helga is in a meeting with the Fuhrer the whole week. Got to shake his hand. Seemed like a very pleasant man, but his hands were clammy and cold. There's a faint unpleasant odor, too. Helga assigned me to lead the research team while she was preoccupied with our visitor. Discoveries of note: an ancient construction sketch lodged in between two wooden panels seemed to have been used during the building of this castle. The castle was commissioned by King Otto to be grandiose. Impressive, terrifying to his enemies. Must have been quite the sight back then. A marvelous technical achievement by any standards. What piqued my interest was when I looked at the sketches and saw several spaces I could find no entrance to. Maybe some kind of hidden opening device. We'll report this to Helga immediately when she is not otherwise engaged. Could it be the lost treasures of King Otto? So, thing is, they give you stealth options in these Wolfenstein games, but who wants that? No one wants to play this game stealthily.
Don't shoot. It's just me.
Otto the Great not being called Otto the Great is your trigger. But the thing is, when you gotta write your own legacy back in those days, everyone called themselves great.
Look for a safe. That's where the
Also, GMC, thank you for the sub to Dixity.
Helga, where do you keep your secrets?
Now, if I was a safe, where would I hide? Well, I guess I wouldn't hide because I wouldn't be sentient, would I? But I guess I would just be. So, where would I be then? Blazkowicz, go through every nook and cranny. You're not leaving here without that folder.
Now I can barely hear what he said. The audio mixing in this game is a bit of a mess.
I found the safe, but the bloody folder is gone. It's just not there. I saw a radio down there. Use it to contact Kessler. Tell him we can't find the folder. Make it snappy, Blazkowicz. I'll stay on the lookout.
Wolfenstein or COD? I'll take Wolfenstein. Well, unless it's Young Blood. Then I'll take COD.
Pathfinder calling Landseer. Come in, Landseer. Over.
This is Lancia speaking. Over.
Landseer, we can't find Lucy's present. Over.
Pathfinder, I have new information regarding Lucy's present. Rendezvous with me as soon as you can.
Can you guys still not hear what they're saying?
Over.
Roger. Pathfinder out.
Shit! Bloody hell. Hold them off, Blazkowicz. I'll find us an escape route. Remember,
Hold on, let's see how loud it is when I start shooting.
Working on it.
Did you like Metro Exodus? It was alright. I liked it. I don't know if it was really made better by making more of an open world experience, though. Oops. Well, the voices are louder than the guns. Alright, so I guess I need to turn the audio up some more for you guys. What's so bad about Youngblood? The story was wretched, just to put it that way. And the gameplay was, suddenly it was very Destiny inspired. But it also was too small of a game to really work that way either. It was weird, man. They clearly wanted to like tap into that market. Oh, gimme. Nothing like a double barrel, is there? Guess you can say young blood was pure blood. Well, that joke hurt even me, but no, it was just bad blood is what it was. I'll just call it that.
How's that exit coming along, Wesley?
Making a worse one? No, mine made a little bit more sense. Don't criticize my humor, you're here to be entertained by it.
What a bloody cocker, baby J.
And we still have a chance. Kessler knows something.
It's worth bloody naught if we don't get out of this place.
Youngblood sounds like a depressive alternative to hip-hop artists. It's just a bad version of a Wolfenstein game is what it was. The enemies are super tanky, and they're just sitting there just soaking up damage because you're meant to do all sorts of like live service stuff. And it was co-op centric too.
Get up here, quick as you can.
Any armor left around? I could use some. Heard more intense popcorn. So do I need to like alter the audio a bit more for you guys? Is it still too low? Maybe I could do it in the settings instead of just constantly going into OBS. Voice volume. That should help. That should fix the issue, chat.
Here, use this exit.
I was gonna make a Conehead joke, but I thought that might be too old. Helga's letter. Mein lieber Reinhold ist geht dahin Geheimnis. Oh, they translate it. My dear Reinhold, I have a secret to share. Secret concerning ancient kings and arcane knowledge, but first. Know how to write a letter that warms a woman's heart, my dear Reinhold. Thank you so much for the wine, it was delicious. I hope you know how much I enjoy and value our continued correspondence, even though we are no longer lovers. Perhaps it was for the best, our separation, because I have witnessed sides of you now that I have never seen during any of our years before. Perhaps you were unable to open up your heart to women that you are romantically involved with. So, Neptune, thank you for 32 months. 1 is the loneliest number. So is Wolfenstein an RPG series? You know, it is first-person shooter. Young Blood is not quite an RPG either, but it's definitely goes on a weird tangent. Anyway, I'm currently drowning in work, and it seems I will be so for the most of the year. I feel like an absolute bore, but I must decline your invitation to visit your estate in Florence. As soon as my calendar clears up, I will contact you, I promise. About the secret big things are afoot here in Castle Wolfenstein. Do you remember I confided in a last letter I sent to you about finding King Otto's secret study chamber here in the castle? Well, I found the king's very own diary. I have had it translated, and my god, Reinhold, it's such a fascinating read. I knew a lot about King Otto before, of course, seeing that I am a direct descendant of him, but I did not know that he had such a fervent interest in the occult sciences. Like me, it seems it runs in the family. This fascination seems to have developed after the death of his wife, Igdith. Must have been a great loss to him. Of course, these personal details mean little to me. What intrigued me, dear Reinhold, is what the king wrote about some parchments which came into his possession during an incident in Istanbul, not Constantinople. These parchments seem to have been mostly related to advanced alchemical research. Even more fascinating, the king began to create war machines which he used to expand his empire. You can understand this sparked my curiosity. That's why I got this so long letter. That's why I decided to start an investigation into what treasures of this could still be buried in that part of the country. I have recently launched an expedition to the nearby city of Wolfsburg, and I'm currently making preparations to go there myself and oversee the operation. Always hope to see you soon, Helga. Mein Gott. Imagine thinking that being descended from someone alive in 900 AD is something to brag about. There are plenty of people who would brag about that.
No turning back now, BJ! Keep moving!
You really think BJ can fit down that? There is no way. More reading. Read so much about Wolfburg now, I worry my eyes will begin to bleed. This damned old fascinating city. Something important here, I can feel it. Certainly seemed important to my ancestor King Otto. Concluded so far, King Otto found parchments and fragments. This symbol encounter. Parchments imparted him powerful knowledge. See notes, Siegbold the Scholar. Constructed something in Wolfburg used in warfare against the Magyars. War machines helped his claim to power in the forming of the Holy Roman Empire. However, whatever he constructed seems to have been lost in the fire that razed the town to the ground. Most people would probably stop there, but I have this hunger in me to know more. I blame you, Father, for this. I'll keep banging my head and yada yada, gotcha. You're trying to read the German letter is really awkwardly written, very sterile. Well, the English translation was also very sterile. But I'll take your word for it. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of flavor in that text. This bus is oddly kind of like crusty looking compared to the rest of the game. Hey chat, you just got here, what's up? We're BJ Blazkowicz and we're in Castle Wolfenstein. And there is no way... Whoops. It was more unbelievable that we fit down that little hole. BJ, you get captured in every game, don't you? Magyars or Hungarians? You Europeans and your crazy, multi-thousand year history. Why you gotta change your name so often? Can't you keep things simple? What's the next release I'm looking forward to? I'm actually looking forward to playing It Takes Two in a few more days. I'm hoping I can do a video on it too. How is it anyone could possibly be bigger than BJ at this point? I mean, America also has thousands of years of history. Well, America that has only existed as a country for a little over 200. You mean like the stuff that came before? Even then, it's only a few hundred years old. Can't really call it America, what it was before the Europeans arrived. You planning on playing It Takes Two with Pixelcade? Yes. We've already been planning on it for a while.
God damn it, Blazkowicz. You done messed up now.
Real countries are 245 years old. There's a reason you don't find too many old buildings in the United States.
Blazkowicz, you awake in there? BJ, something's in there. Answer me.
No, I got notes.
Ah, God damn it.
And tetanus and rabies. Lottie's letter. Whoever reads this, my name is Lottie Cole. I was imprisoned here by Helga. Please contact my father in Wolfburg. Name is Robert Cole. Works at the library. Tell him Helga is investigating the defiled church. Please, this is very urgent. Tell him I love him. Also, you missed a great minigame in this game. You can find beds through the phases where you can play. Yeah, well, that's been in all the Wolfenstein games that they've released over the past few years. That's nothing new. And I've tried playing the old Wolfenstein 3D. It's a little crusty for me.
Blazkowicz?
This is a very spacious jail cell they've given me.
Yep, I'm here, Wesley. Good. I'll get us out of here somehow.
Do I know what is immurement? No, explain it to me.
No, never been. It's a majestic and beautifully desolate place. Rolling hills as far as the eye can see.
America is a continent? No, North America is a continent.
Before the Great War.
America, people when they generally say America, they very specifically mean, the United States.
Bottle of ale for him and a soft drink for
You don't
me.
hear Canadians going around saying, oh, America. calling themselves that.
Same day I broke my foot slipping on a wet stone. That was the best day of my life. I wish I'd had a chance to go back there. Evening, officer. Holt ihn raus! Jäger will mit ihm sprechen!
A Muramid is sealing someone by being bricked in. Oh, so like in a cask of Amontillado. I just call that getting, someone's, royally fucked. That's how we Americans put it. We don't use fancy Muramid words. Like, yep, he's fucked. I like simplifying the language. Here's your melee weapon. Thank you, you're welcome. Spoken like a true US citizen, right? I can speak only like English and fucking English. South Americans do not call themselves Americans. Yeah, it's really only the US we call ourselves Americans. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Like, even people like in several European countries will still refer to themselves as being Europeans. Even though their country comes first. But, for either the South or North Americans, it's really only the United States Americans that call themselves Americans. English, mofo. Do you speak it? Poorly. Oh, we can climb with this. I see. The term America for the Americans refers to the lands of the Western Hemisphere. I'm aware. I'm aware the terminology is what you're saying is correct, but I'm just stating that really the only people who call themselves Americans or refer to America is usually the United States. But yes, North America does have thousands of years of history if you go all the way back to the Asian people crossing the land bridge. But American history is only like a few hundred years old. Oops. I've got to hold. A very limited soldier has to be attached to a power line.
Super soldiers leashed up by those cables. Turning off the power.
To be fair, the country's name actually has the word American, and it's kind of the reasons we do. United Staters doesn't sound right. Yeah, it'd be weird if we went around calling ourselves that, didn't win it. Uh-oh. Should I have climbed up earlier? Need to go back down. I think he's on to me. Beans! I don't think I'm going to kill him with this, am I? Got used to melee attacks being... Oh, we can like, put them together and make a proper weapon. Maybe I can silently kill him.
Super soldiers leashed up by those cables.
United Moose? Someday, maybe. Someday. Didn't see those switches did anything. Oh, I had to hold it. Oh. Your history teacher wanted us to be called Statesians? Yeah, your history teacher was, not good at picking names. Oh, that's what that does. That turns him off.
X Labs.
Wait, weren't the X Labs well after this part of the game? Oh. See, this is gonna be like, yo, play it stealthy or don't play it at all kind of moments.
Seen your type before back in Death's Head's X Labs.
Yeah, this is like the beginning of the Return to Castle Wolfenstein, wasn't it? Weren't the X Labs like much later in the game? There's a continuity era. He never goes to the X Labs, and in New Blood, they act like they met each other. For some, yeah, I'm a bit confused how they're doing that. This didn't seem all that effective against this, so I'm going to stay with stealth. Oh, you can't just keep it. Could you imagine if Doom Eternal or Doom 2016 had all these stealth sections? But that's the difference between Wolfenstein and Doom. I mean, I guess it's fine. How does unplugging them kill them? It doesn't. It just turns them off for a minute so I can go up and you'll... Well, I don't know. Maybe they're... keeps their heart beating. You tell me. They're clearly a bit beyond human at this point. Lollipop Chainsaw isn't bad, though it's suggestive. Sure, I played Lollipop Chainsaw, actually. It's kind of like a grind... well, a lot of that guy's games are grindhousey. So it's very much like that, but it's an average old brawler at best, though. But it's got some humorous moments. So are you actually king these guys, or are you just leaving them to die? It's a Wolfenstein game. The odds that I'm leaving them alive are very low. Whole point of the mission in the RTCW was to find Death's Head's X Labs. Yeah, that's what I recall. I remember going there and had to fight the Uber soul that thing. So if he already went to the labs, Death's Head was another compound, and that's fine. But then it goes against trying to. Well, this is like a reimagining of it, anyways, right? I guess they took some liberties. It's not like a one-to-one recreation of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Who would design their systems that had to be held like this? I want a switch that needs to be held for 5 seconds. Need to replay Return to Castle. I should do that at some point as well. So are you going to send Cyberpunk 2077 story updates that were leaked out? I haven't heard anything about them, but it depends on how... If they're similar in size and scope to, say, Witcher's expansions, maybe. Not even a dog anymore, chat. Hans, open the door. Just 1 minute. It's charging. Those dogs don't look too healthy with those implants. Nom 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 nom. Oh, favorite. Uh-oh. No, I'm a doggy. I just, bark, bark, bark. Wonder if I could fool them. It worked. He's not very smart. Well, he is like a, a mechanized soldier. It has to be, attached to a power line. So, thank you, GMC, for the sub to Ghost Killer. He looks a little bit like a Fallout super soldier in their suits in terms of size. I walked over a Half-Life reference with a red and white crowbar. I mean, that's fine. I've seen enough Half-Life references over the years. I was more worried about keeping myself alive. What is Fallout Super Soldier? Just, those big, mechanized suits they wear. The Steel Brotherhood and stuff. How dare you see me when I stood right in front of you? Yeah, you cannot... Why do they even let you have the gun? Clearly isn't going to do you any good. Brotherhood of Steel, yeah, those guys. But they were kind of just like appropriating what used to be the US military's like power armor. Figured everyone would have got what I was talking about when I said Fallout guys wearing big power armor. No, like, what are you talking about, Dartigan? I've never played this Fallout game you talk about. Wasn't the Enclave? Yeah, they were, in 3 and... Yeah, in 2 and 3. Used to be the US military. They also just normal people. Poking fun of me? Oh, you're poking fun of me? I don't recognize when people poke fun of me. I'm immune to it. You can shoot the thing on its back. The power is it's a weakness? Oh. Well, it's not backstating. You're just, correcting my stupidity. I'm guessing just chalk their bad, situational awareness, chat, of them being, of the helmets blocking their eyesight. He's armored. Have you seen how cut BJ is? That is armor. I don't think anyone would ever design soldiers that are this limited that they can't go beyond their battery that they're plugged into. How are you going to use these guys as anything other than guards in your base? Yeah, you would not be able to bring these guys out into the field. Which is weird because in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, they didn't need these giant power lines attached to them. Oh. I guess it was, I got used to how stupid they were and thought he wouldn't see me. What's up, Johan Lucas? How you doing? Well, paid for my crime. Expensive electricity. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of power going into those, right? Definitely not carbon offsetting either. Yeah, they each have their own individual generator too. That is very power efficient. Can we get a Tesla Powerwall on the back? I'll almost certainly be seen, but shit, he's coming. Had to avert. Is there a best of deaths? Well, if someone wants to make that video, they're welcome to. I feel like a battery would solve that problem. They didn't really have the best batteries at this point in time. Then again, they didn't have power armor either, but I guess Germany hasn't invested in lithium-ion yet. Give them time. Maybe the Jewish technology that we're still hadn't, you know, created that one in it yet. Good. Stupid to design them as they die, they're unplugged. It's just like, chat, you realize some things are done just because it's a stupid video game. In reality, you would, none of these would make any type of anything remotely close to a good soldier or even a guard. Did I ever stream a playthrough of Dishonored? Dishonored 2, not Dishonored 1 though. But if I ever do stream Dishonored, I will. Oh, if I ever play Dishonored, I will definitely stream it. Can't wait for this guy to walk. Oh, oh, oh. Lamest Metal Gear ever. I mean, technically, if he saw me, could he even do anything about me since he couldn't get over here due to the power line shortage? Can you look at his hands again, Dart? Were those flesh? Or you mean this guy? They're a mix of both. He's a cyborg. Metal bones and all. Oh. Have hearts on it. In there somewhere. Ah. This is an incredibly awkward stealth situation here. You just stealth past him? I want to kill though. It makes sneaking through easier after all. Can you save when you want, or do they only do checkpoints? I haven't checked, but checkpoints. I think I was spawned at that time. Let's find out. Uh-oh. Well, good guards in right there. Guess I'll go this way. Why do they tie me to a line? It's like putting your guard on a leash. Oh, I guess he's like, hey, he forgot about me. Good. It doesn't exist to us? What doesn't? He gets it, he wants that promotion. I don't think they think very much in that. I think when you turn into a giant Nazi cyborg, thinking isn't in your capacity anymore. Whoops, I meant to like land that a bit better. It's a Christian.
Und wer hat darüber gesprochen? Helga. Ich habe sie gestern Abend gehört, als sie vor ihrem
I can talk bad about Kingdom Hearts? Well, thank you for the permission.
Geschichte interessiert. Das hat sie sogar in Wien studiert.
Das ist mehr als das. Es ist übernatürlich.
It's not natural.
Ihre Motive an?
Natürlich nicht. Es ist nur...
Sie ist Obersturmbannführer der SS.
Ooh, that's a long word.
Westen des Reichs.
Obersturmbannführer.
Nein, aber...
Sie könnte dich auf der Stelle erschießen lassen.
Ja, aber...
Warum bist du der paranormalen Division der SS überhaupt beigetreten? Wenn du glaubst, dass solche Dinge unnatürlich sind, hä?
Ich...
Was?
Ich dachte, wir würden etwas zum Anfassen suchen. Wie den Heiligen Gral zum Beispiel.
As long as you don't get toxic, we can all have opinions. Exactly. I like the way you think. What do the backpacks on the regular Nazi guys do for them? They seem like they're carrying around like, a Tesla coil for no reason. Having seen 3 seasons of Dark, I gotta say, you kind of love German. Eh. It's a very, unique language. Well, most Germanic languages kind of have a very similar sound to them, but German's, kind of unique in those regards. I've always heard people describe who don't speak English naturally as English sounding like someone, talking with a mouthful of mashed potatoes. We're just kind of mumbling all over the time. And if you ever heard someone who doesn't speak English try to like imitate English, it actually sounds like that too. It's like Is it possible to climb using pipe if you're built enough that you can stick them into the wall and it's porous enough, I guess. And Obersturmbannführer is equivalent to a lieutenant colonel, commands roughly 1,000 men. Some of those languages, other than English, really like their long words, don't they? That's a mouthful of a thing for a military rank. That room, get it back here. Wait. That's where I came from, never mind. Why'd they give me the option of going back in that room, though? Oh, because this shit, that's why. You missed the beans, kid. Greek also loves long words. There's before, yeah, in English you get, there's only a handful of words that are even close to being that long. And they're usually like a combination of words at that. But English is its own nightmare of a language for different reasons. We like to have a lot of words that sound exactly the same but are spelled differently, or have different meanings depending on the context. Which I hear is very much, confusing for a lot of people. Mary, 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 Mary. Yeah, then there's like the different versions of to, like T-O, and then T-O-O, then T-W-O for the number, and then you got there, there's, and... just try explaining the difficulties of the English language. Think about, the way we talk these days. So you like, say someone like asks you something like, hey, you coming to the party tonight? And someone can go, yeah, no. That's 2 different affirmations, but for 2 different things. Or it could be like, no, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think so. One is an affirmation that you heard what they said. The other one is then whether you want to go or not. That's how confusing English can get sometimes. See you later, Daziana. Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. Yeah, English is like one of those, Germanic languages that wants to sound like it's French half the time. What's my favorite video game franchise? If we're speaking solely about, a series of games, probably Half-Life. But there are other games that I like better than individual Half-Life games, but as a series, I think Half-Life's probably done a pretty good job quality-wise. Don't shoot me while I'm killing your friend. Oh. You just got Watch Dogs Legion? I'm sorry. Now you started your first playthrough. Any tips? My tips would have begun before you bought it and said just save your money. I didn't really enjoy that game. And it's pretty straightforward. It's just like, here's an open world game and very British. Pronounce pint and lint. I guess that could be confusing, but not nearly as confusing as some other words. Even some native English struggle to, with their, everyone gets that stuff wrong every once in a while. Sometimes more often, once in a while. Look at my videos, for example. It's on sale for $20 already. Now, that's usually not a good sign for a game that's only like a few months old. That just means, like, we need to, like, move a few more copies of this. You absolutely despise learning irregular verbs like be, is, was, do, did, done. It's real fun, isn't it? We enjoyed it too back when we were, and we're native speakers. Yeah, read, present tense, and read. Exactly. That's one of the reasons English is a nightmare. You have to really get the context of the sentence where you can understand how half the words are even supposed to be pronounced. What's the Super Waifu Hunter Sin video? The Super Waifu Hunter Sin video. I don't think I can produce such in epicness now, can I? What would even qualify? But right now I'm working on Hitman Absolution. I don't think you're gonna find many waifus in that game. Unless you're just really into bald men. Uh-oh. I want the dog food. That's all. Imagine me playing a dating sim. I mean, it's really just like choose some options, right? Until you get sex. Not that complex. Don't the nuns count? I mean, I don't know. Waifu to me means like 2D anime girl, right? That you think is like the ultimate ideal of a female or something. And I don't know. Waifu is a weird concept still. Wasn't there a guy in front of me? Oh, he forgot about me. Don't know if you noticed it, but I think he knows you're there. Well, do you think so? Because he just walked down the hallway in the opposite direction from me. One VTuber just describes waifu as fat material. Well, she's not wrong. Though some people like to think of it as more pure than that, I guess, right? I don't know, waifu culture is a complex thing that I've never delved too deeply into. Then Super Seducer, I mean, it's not really a story-based game now, is it? It's like, here's a really cheesy guy telling you how to get girls, and I don't know, I gotta feel if you know how to get women, you're probably not gonna be making a video game. Especially not, well, video game. Let's put air quotes, a lot of air quotes around that word video game in that game's case. It's like, here's a kind of like a video you watch and select, menu options. Why would it take you 3 games, by the way, to teach people how to seduce women? I think you could probably get that down in 1 game if you're going to do it that way. Does he really have 3 games worth of content saying the same things over and over again? Okay, I'll take the free kill, why not? Did I like Genshin Impact? I didn't play it. So I have no opinions on it. I mean, it looks like Breath of the Wild with more anime waifus, speaking of that topic right now. But, so, I guess if you like Breath of the Wild and like jerking it to 2D girls, you know, it's up your alley. Be my guest. I've also heard it's very gotchy. E? I believe the button I am hitting is E. Unless I can't bring the gun with me. No, it's got no power. What's up, Bunny? How you doing? Did you change your name? It used to be like, you know, something else, right? I remember the Celestia being part of it. Also, GMC get to sub the bunny. You had to change it for a different stream? Oh, I see. Did they like have an issue with the Babs part of it? It's awfully very peculiar stream rules. Let's not shoot them since there's 2. You went by Celestia in their Discord? Oh, I see. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Maybe I'll shoot him anyways. Oof. It's really fun. Yeah, you play Wolfenstein for the stealth, after all. They go down pretty easy. I want to remind you that I'm using a gigantic fucking chain gun to shoot them with. That's about 200 or 300 bullets you had to put in that guy. Kind of a boring segment. Don't worry, we'll get to like the good stuff. Not really like Breath of the Wild. It does borrow elements, sure, but it doesn't feel like Breath of the Wild. The combat flow is nothing like it, but yeah, I know it certainly looks like it, and everyone called it a Breath of the Wild clone, which there's been quite a few of recently. So, that Kana Bridge of Spirits game I'm kind of looking forward to is also looks like sort of like a Breath of the Wild clone. But it has more interest to me than your anime game. How have I been? You've been no-lifing Hades. I just been doing my thing. Playing games and sending them. And then just, waiting, yeah, just doing that, really. And you'll continue that while you'll be in lockdown and all that good stuff. Waiting to get vaccinated and all. Everyone lives a boring life right now. Eat the armor, become... Oh, boy needs his iron. Apparently he cannot just reach back, but he's just such a rush to get to that door. Can't just bring the gun with him.
einer Stunde wieder. Dann gehen wir Gassi.
Well, now the game's just silly. He doesn't realize I'm here. Anyone check out Amazon's Invincible? No. Not for me anyways. Wait, is that a TV show or one of Amazon's weird video games they've been trying to make recently? Can't really keep up. What's that rasping on the bars? 'Tis a rat. A very large one. Or maybe he just assumed I'm a prisoner doing the Attica thing. Amazon's new animated superhero show. Based on Robert Kirkman. I see. Hey, I think someone was talking about that in the earlier stream. You're not sneaking up on a dog like this, by the way. Unless they removed its sense of smell. Whoop. Whoa, yeeted the dog. Gotta go. See you later, Titan. Have a good one. Poor doggo. It's a Nazi doggo. Come on now. There has to be a line we draw even for dogs. Did you kill the dog by eating it? I tapped it and then went flying, so I guess that counts as a yeet. Cancel Bethesda, they're making us kill innocent. You know, mini games make you kill dogs these days. They know what they're doing, though. There's a reason they make you do that. Because they know how much you love them and they want to hurt you. But because, you know, we humans are weird as fuck, and we, you know, see killing a dog is way more, you know, stressful than killing another human being. Which is a weird-ass thing when you think about it. Like, guy in game? Nah, kill him. Fuck him. Won't feel a thing. Dog? No, God. Don't make me do it. We'll fight you on the innocent, cute, and little part of that statement. Yeah, these are not made to look innocent. These ones are fine. They're like cyber monster dogs, chat. People suck, animals are pure. I can tell you there's plenty of animals that suck. Ask anyone who's ever been bitten by the neighbor's dog that didn't, you know, train properly. Here's a picture of a pipe and a wall for you morons out there. Has that effect, huh? Did I miss like a tutorial that just was super obvious? This has to be the slowest Wolfenstein I've ever played. I think we're following the rat out of here too, by the way. See, look, chat. We're doing it a favor. Is this DLC for the first game? Technically, yes, but also no, because you don't need the base game to play it, and it's also a lot longer than your most average DLC. It's like technically it's its own little game, but it's also just built based using all the resources that they had for the first game. And tech and all that stuff. Think of it as like Youngblood, how they just took that game and like made it from like the remnants of New Colossus. Just one of those type of games. How they made Halo with ODST from Halo 3. Yeah, sort of like that. And Spider-Man Miles Morales is a better option to describe it as. Though at least here you're getting new levels, whereas that game was just like, here's New York again. Which kind of makes me wonder, is every Spider-Man game Sony makes now going to take place in Manhattan again? Because, well, I guess I get to save a lot of money on making the map every time, but it's going to get really old if so. Who leaves thousands of dollars of gold in their dog kennel? Ticks on the back of rats? Actually fleas, I believe, right? I just made a circle. Yep. Okay. Fuck fleas? Yeah. I don't even need a plague to eat fleas. Pretty sure I came up from here, right? Yeah. Alright, so... Game's title makes you think of the Bloodborne? Fear the Old Blood. Well, sure, I guess. Not very Bloodborne-ish, though. Alright, it has to be this one, then. Really like the fact that Miles Morales doesn't overstay its welcome. It ends before it gets very annoying and repetitive. It also just doesn't really do much with itself either, that was the problem. I mean, yeah, it's nothing really, offensive, but nothing really that enjoyable either. Well, it's a fine enough game, but it's... I needed more. I may think the Wolfenstein reboots are bad. You hate the machine gun? I like the New Order. The first one was really freaking good, and I like. Or was it New Colossus? Whichever one was first. But the second one, I think, had the same issue that Doom Eternal had, is that where they, leaned into it a little too hard with what they came up for the new game. So, I treat Doom 2016 and the first Wolfenstein game they remade as being like really good first-person shooters. But then the second one was still good, but it didn't hook me the same way. Also, Hijack, thank you for the 20 months. How you doing? It just feels like they suffered from their success a bit too much. Like, oh, we gotta put more money into this, and that means making the game, expanding the game's scope, and then it just kind of loses, what made the first one a bit special. Why do the dogs not need power cords? I guess they're just not, enhanced as much, I guess. I don't know. You're asking me to explain the game's logic of, like, superpowered Nazi, robo people. Clearly the dogs are not using as much energy. It's really all you can get from it, glean from it, I mean. Really wish they'd give me a gun that I could keep. What about the 2008, 2009 Wolfenstein? Most people didn't like that one. But we were talking earlier about Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and most people seem pretty positive on that one. The more I think about that game, the more I want to stream it at some point, though. Have I finished Doom Eternal DLC? No, I got part 2 to go through. But I wanted to take a little bit of a break from that, because I spent like 4 or 5 days streaming part 1. Like, I just need a little bit of a breather. Oh, thank you for taking my health away. Why can't we kill Hitler? Well, apparently, according to Youngblood, he did. We just didn't get to see it.
Aber natürlich. Du armes Ding. Ein bisschen Fett ansetzen. Ja. Wir wollen doch nicht, dass du hier drin dahin fliegst. Nicht wahr? Es gibt genug für alle. Keine Sorge.
Was this big guy in Return to Castle Wolfenstein? Because I don't remember him. Mr. Jaeger here. He feels like a new character they've added to it. Do you bring a bucket out with one piece of bread in it? Do you ever get tired of people who don't understand irony, sarcasm, hating on your YouTube videos? No. It just comes to the thing. There's going to be people who take things too seriously. I don't let it get to me. It is what it is. Suddenly I feel like I'm playing Outlast. Berlin, 1945. Archaeologists have unearthed fragments of a sword buried underneath a street in Wolfsburg. The sword has been dated to the 10th century and belonged to a medieval knight. Archaeologists leading the dig, Lotte Kohl, commented today on the find with enthusiasm. The knight was in the service of King Otto, the Holy Roman Emperor, when he was, for unknown reasons, killed on the streets of Wolfsburg. It is unclear how this find relates to the razing of Wolfsburg, which took place in 965 AD. But it strengthens the most popular theory among local historians that a group of knights sent out by King Otto were killed when they were trying to defend the city from invading bandits. Mr. Jaeger is a new character that acts sort of like the Doc you kill right away and... Okay, getcha. Since the Doc in RTCW does use torture to get info. I always feel really weird when it comes to killing real people in games. Even Mr. Hitler kind of defeats the point of they're just virtual people. I've never really found an issue with it.
Tell me about the secret. What does Helga know?
Oh, mein Junge. Bist du von der Front zurück? Ich hätte nie gedacht, dass ich dich wiedersehe. Oh, mein kleiner süßer Junge. Oh.
Sorry, old man. You mistake me for someone else.
Ich dachte, eine Sekunde lang.
No. Would you come back to where, your castle that also has a sanitarium in it for some reason? I guess they're using them as, human experiments. Watch the swans fly low over the water. Run forward and flash. I'm pretty sure I can just crawl under it, but okay. Well, that looked cooler, right?
I'll tell you about answer. Diagnosed with dementia during college. Medication.
Guy doesn't look that old. Well, sanitarium doesn't mean old. It means crazy.
Like dirty windows on some derelict shack. Grandma told me it passed through the blood.
BJ, do you ever sound happy? I mean, you're talking about the good old times, like, oh, Grandma told me. Am I winning? I think I am. I mean, it's pretty easy to win at the beginning of a game, though, right? How do you not win at the beginning of a game unless you're IGN? I mean, seriously, though. You started? Well, it's the opening act of the game where you're just like, here's a bunch of, like, stealth sequences. I'm hoping the entire game isn't stealth sequences, though. Kelly's crazy because he's clapping and looking off into the distance. Yeah, standard video game, mental illness. Why would you design this like this? Like, just put a hatch in the floor of this guy's cell so it leads into this other guy's cell. That seems like a bit of a mistake. Oh, I can sleep here, huh? Jacking in. Mein Lieben, mein Lieben. Yeah, I recently watched one of Civi's videos on your Wolfenstein 3D. Apparently it is a frustratingly hard and difficult ass game. A lot of enemies that just have you'll hit scanning that kill you real quick. Hell's going on? This is a Wolfenstein 3D you can play levels of in the game by going to bed. BJ's remembering the time he was captured in another Castle Wolfenstein. Jesus. Half of them is him being captured. Yeah, he does get captured a lot, that's for sure. Did you miss me finishing Doom? I still got part 2 to get through, so you have not. But I did decide to take a break from it and play Wolfenstein. Weird choice of a game to take a break with, I know, but it is what it is. You played Wolfenstein a long time ago, but you barely remember most of the lore. Is our character's name seriously BJ? Yeah, BJ Blazkowicz. Blazkowicz, however you pronounce it. I've heard it's, people in games pronounce it many different ways. And this soundtrack is jamming. Mein Lieben! This is the last game where BJ had his brick face before he got... No, he still has a brick face even though he's the old 3D now. Can't have BJ without a brick for a literally he needs a straight up porcelain toilet for a jawline at times. Sausages and potatoes. I mean, he had a redesign for the new Colossus that people didn't like, did he? I mean, he seemed like he looked the same to me. Still, I don't remember him looking any different. Forget how many of these levels are in the game. Probably only a handful, right? So were there like 60 levels in the original Wolfenstein 3D or something along those lines? How do you know where to go? I don't. It's literally just a maze. Yeah, you're encountering the reason I I would never go back and play a game this old. But yeah, just like, here's a maze, enjoy. There's also like secrets and stuff that you can like find if you like, hug the wall and press buttons. Hold on a second, I just realized I can't. There we go. Now it's fixed. Yeah, this is a bit before game design got a bit more, user-friendly. Can I get the old SMG soon? You love Liebe would be love as in the noun. Lieben means to love. I just know like didn't the Nazis in this Wolf of 3D just go mein Lieben a lot or something along those lines? I know there's like super mutants in like the later levels of the game too. I saw in Civi's video, they're like bastards to kill. They have like guns sticking out of their chest. Mein Leben, or my life. Oh, my life. Seems like a weird thing to yell. English is your first language. German is your learning a little project of yours. Getting there. Oh, good luck with that, man. Behind Mr. Hitler. Nope. Mein Gott. No, my German ain't that great, as you can tell. Practically non-existent. Mein Leben is nothing an actual German would ever say. Trust me, I am German and I never uttered that phrase when I got killed. I like... Nice way to end that one, by the way. I like that. Got a chuckle out of me. Well, yeah, I'm guessing they just, like, the developers themselves, the overdid. It's like, what do Germans say? Mein Leben! And they put it in there. It was a different time. Like, what was this game made? Like, late 1980s? You're lucky they don't go yell schnitzel when they die or something. Mein Schnitzel! Because it could have been that way. Stepped out for a bit, we're having the dream sequence where we play Wolfenstein 3D. And then regret doing it because Wolfenstein 3D is really crusty. $1992? Oh, but still pretty old. Yeah, but it's a piece of history, chat. But just like all history, it belongs in a museum. That was the worst indie impression ever. Also, you didn't have mouse look in this game either back then. Not too sure we're into like you'll copy paste in the same art all over the place. I wonder if I could sell this as an NFT. Oh, I'm about to go down. The dream's about to end. Oh well. Dream's collapsing. Yeah, we're done with that. That's making my eyes hurt too. That game is like legendarily brutal and hard and unfair too. So it makes sense to lose at it. Hell of a dream, well, if it's BJ's reality. Like, technically that's still canon, right? The original Wolfenstein 3D?
Was ist?
Oh. Oh, that's still goofy.
Englishman. Wir bringen ihn zur Festung.
Found you.
Yeah, that's fine. I took like 5 or 6, knife hits.
Don't worry. We have plenty of time to get comfortable in each other's company.
Stab fight. They made a stab fight look like a slap fight, though. I am preoccupied by Jonas Hartmann. There's more to this patient's ramblings than the manifestations of a psychosis. He's describing reoccurring visions connected to the city of Wolfsburg. Visions that seem to be related to King Otto. A church burnt to the ground, strange machinery in an underground labyrinth. Rotting limbs, twisting and moving in darkness. It's all very intriguing. Could be our first real lead to find the buried treasures of King Otto. I will interview him in the library. What wine to choose? Seems like a Sauvignon kind of man. I shall enjoy this. Sauvignon is terrible, by the way. Stab you, you stab me. We are fight, aren't we? Yeah, he had armor on too. How did he lose that? I mean, I'm bare-chested. Is any Wolfenstein any good? I never checked out the series. Yeah, there's a lot of good games in the Wolfenstein series. Most of them, in fact. It's really just Young Blood that I didn't like. I mean, I didn't play Wolfenstein 3D because it's a bit too old and crusty for me. And there's technically an even older Wolfenstein game that it didn't even make. They just, like, bought the rights to. It's like an old 2D-looking Commodore game, though. Oh, that's a big doggo.
Jesus Christ. That's a big fucking dog.
Look what he did to the fucking flooring when he goes through here, though. Which one is the best? Isn't it okay to start from there? In terms of the best, I would say either play Return to Castle Wolfenstein or what was it, the New Order? Yeah, I keep forgetting, is it New Colossus first or is it New Order? I think it's New Order, right? Yeah, New Order is really good. Or at least I felt so. Whoops. Yeah, New Order comes before New Colossus. Super Noah's Ark 3D, one of those Wolfenstein and Doom clones, right? Ow, ow. Octung? Yeah, Octung was another line they reused a lot. Stop it! Which, what, just means like stop or something? Achtung, oh, alert. I remember playing Medal of Honor games a lot where you'd also have a lot of like German lines and I'd hear like Die Americana and me and my friends made a joke out of that. Signal detected. How do I have sound meters? Exact replica of Wolfenstein with legend has it id's blessing, which was? Oh, you mean the Noah's Ark 3D thing you're talking about? I mean, I'm guessing they probably like paid the money for the engine or something. Oh, the commander's thing. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's been a while since I played Wolfenstein, chat. Yeah, they can call in reinforcements. I remember now. Finally, guns. Been a while. They're literally just old. They old you. Oh, Guten Tag. Hold on, okay. You spelled it wrong and I misread you wrong and everyone got confused. Super Noah's Ark 3D was made at Nintendo for censoring Wolfenstein, so they had the code to Wisdom Tree to make it. That's an interesting piece of lore, actually, now. That's how they got Wolfenstein onto the NES. It just turned into a Bible game. It was so upset how Nintendo butchered the Wolfenstein port, they gave Wisdom Tree all the assets. I didn't even know Wolfenstein was on NES. But that was fun to try and play. Okay, I no longer have silence pistols, so let's go. Actually, I do, somehow. I know it was on the, Doom, yeah, Doom was on the SNES, I know about that one. You never knew that Doom was on the SNES? It's there. It's a very cut down version of it. I mean, there's also a Doom, technically, the Doom N64 is the one that kind of led to like all the new Doom games. It was like kind of like the best version of Doom that came out. Well, not having mouse look in it, keyboard mouse was an issue, but graphically it was one of the more impressive versions of it. First German word you learned was Granat from COD 3. It means grenade. Like I said, mine was just like, for the longest time I thought Gesundheit was German. Maybe it is, and I still, I got it right, but it always sounded like, German to me. It is German, it means good health. Oh, well, I guess my inclinations were correct then. I always, for the longest time, after I also thought it was just a made-up word that we said, because if we, like, atheists said, they didn't want to say bless you. So, Unseen Polecat, thank you for the 5 months. We're having all sorts of weird, interesting conversations tonight, aren't we? Oh, they can see me through the pipes. Uh-oh, oh shit. Assholes. Alright. We've had enough stealth, don't you think, chat? Enough stealth? Reload. Shoot. Explosive thing. Ah. Can't melee kill instantly when they already know you're there. SNES Doom is really trash. It's not known for being the best version of it. Yeah, that's right. What difficulty is on? This is on just normal. I'm not playing this like I am Doom. Doom's all about the bragging rights. Can't beat anything, but if you want to brag about it, you can't beat anything but your ultra-violence. Surprised the Nintendo even released Doom back then. Well, it's really just you killing monsters. When it comes to like violence, it's really only matters if you're killing other humans. And you're killing nothing but like demons in that game, so they're usually fine with it. That's how most censorious agencies are anyways. Religious iconography? I mean, I guess, but there's really just pentagrams in it. And those can be easily, like, altered so they're not. I don't know if they did, though. But I just know that that'd be a pretty trivial thing to change. I feel like I'm not getting proper amount of frames in this game. No sex. Have you ever played Doom before? It doesn't really have any sex in it. What's the next game getting sent? Hitman Absolution is the next game. Really hard to sneak up on a doggo. If you're playing through Steam, then you can turn on an FPS counter through Steam settings. Well, I can tell when something isn't hitting 60 frames per second. You can feel it. First Hitman game you ever played? Mine too. You gotta be careful, because they can't see me do that. How long is this game? About half as long as like a regular game, I believe. It's not full-size game. Why am I using this instead of, yo, that? Oof. Worth. Hold on a second. I can't read chat right now. For some reason my scroll isn't working. There we go. Now I can pick. When you play RTCW, are you gonna play the OG unaltered or the realistic mods that are realistic mods? Well, I'm not sure about what you're modding for it. I'd probably play the OG. What do realistic mods even do? I don't really, when I think of Wolfenstein, I don't think of realism. That's for sure. Also, thank you GMC for the sub to Logical Juan. Oh, let's get the hell out of there. Where's that asshole broadcasting from? Realistic is just graphics. There are mods called Real RTCW, which updates graphics and gives new weapons, and there are remakes mod of RTCW. Mostly are just I'd have to look into them first, because I don't really remember that game being ugly. I mean, it's clearly dated now, but I don't really remember it being that bad looking for its time. For its time, it actually looked really good. Oh, you're so lucky. Weapon comp pistol. Grenade launcher, right? Boom. Teabag? Sure. That's something I haven't done in a while. Game is still really good. The mods are not necessarily, but they did do a job. Yeah, I get graphically, it's fine. But like I said, I had to see what they do first, because sometimes the graphic mods really change the tone of a game too, and it doesn't really reflect its original intent anymore. Like they're like my favorite game is Deus Ex, and there's a few different graphical mods for that, but one of them really changes the look and feel of a lot of the game. So I don't use it. When I played through that, I used a mod that really just, you know, improved it slightly, but also mainly focused on improving the gameplay. Oops. Am I just supposed to escape? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to leave. You're mad? You still don't have a PS5 and Eternal comes out this month? Isn't it coming to, like, Epic Store or something? I thought it was. But don't be mad. I mean, it's not your fault. I don't have one either, and I'm the, you know, this is my job. It's a PS5 exclusive, man. It is what it is. I mean, there's a bunch of games possibly that I, you know, might be, like, doing videos on just because I can't get one. Damn scalpers. Well, it's also not just the scalpers, there's also just a global chip shortage. It's like a serious issue, in fact. Would you play Rage 2 is also high action? I mean, I got that game for free from Epic Store, so maybe eventually. But I heard it's also not that great either. But then again, neither was Rage 1. You know, scalping is it seems like scalping has become a way bigger problem than it used to be. It's always been an issue, but I don't know. I guess with all the scalpers using AI bots now, they've taken it to like a whole annoying new level. Rage 1 was fun. I've heard nothing but bad things about Rage 1. Sanrio cards. Are those the Pokemon cards? I know those are being scalped too. Posted 2 photos of the remake mod on Discord for you to check out later. OFC again, the mod is not necessary. If you do play, I would just love the OG anyways. Just curious what you think about it. I'll definitely check it out if I remember to do that. Sometimes after a stream is over, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed. You still laugh when the scalpers go, we are tired of being treated like the bad guys? Yeah, that's one of the saddest stories, and it just get the pianos out, and no, the violins. This calls for violins, not pianos. Such a sad tale they weave. We're just, you know, doing like what everyone else is doing, right? But yeah, there's no excuse for scalpers. They just, clearly, they're like, yeah, I want to make a bunch of money by being a total dick. Sorry. I'd respect them more if they just were honest about it. Well, I still wouldn't respect that much at all, but you get what I'm saying. Don't try to bullshit your way into like a sob story like, oh no, I had to do this. I'm providing a valuable service.
I've got a plan. Break into the keep, kill every goddamn Nazi in there, set you free. Then we get the hell out of this place and contact
no, I want, no.
Tavern.
Too late now. Well, I'm about to die. Where's the salute button? You're gonna make a ton of money shorting GameStop? Well, hopefully you do, because you also could lose a ton of money. I'm getting tired of the frame rate being a problem. It's time to fix that. It's only a medium too. It shouldn't be that bad. Right. Actually, I couldn't. This is already turned down a lot because it's a normal. Actually, let me turn it up and see what happens. Actually, that feels better now that I've turned it up, weirdly. There's no way a castle this size could or would ever exist, and this is also built like, 1,000 years ago, too. But I guess the Nazis have modified it somewhat.
Don't worry, Wesley. I've got a plan. Break into the keep.
Wesley,
Every
I've got a
goddamn
plan.
Nazi in there. Set you free. Then we get the hell out of this place and contact Kessler in the village tavern.
What kind of plan is that? A BJ plan. He doesn't do a lot of thinking, you see. No, hold the detach. Thank you. A blowjob plan, yes. Cat could not resist the urge to make a BJ joke when the initials line up. Do you imagine how much the hell he had as a kid with those initials? Come on, chat. Be nice. There's a reason why he probably got jacked, and that's just because everyone kept making fun of him for the name. Fold knobs. Here, I thought those would break. He got jacked and then got all the BJs. Well, we know he gets one for sure from his, his girlfriend. Have you ever thought of BJ Blazkowicz as just a more violent Captain America? I think it kind of works. These Nazi boats of attaching power lines to them? I think just a regular boat would be more efficient here. Like, instead of needing two separate boats to go and one over there and then send another one over there, just put a propeller on the back. Works fine. No, we have this electricity stuff, we're using it. I'm like a violent James Bond. I don't know if I agree with that. Violent? Yeah. James Bond has been pretty violent depending on which movie we're talking about. Alright, you're trying to make a Bloodborne joke and failed 4 separate times? Yeah, it's Bloodborne humor is hard to pull off. Why Bloodborne jokes when I'm not even playing the game, though? Oh, crap, didn't mean to do that. Just looking for, food and dog food, specifically. Oh well, we're here. How come they don't put old Doom levels in the new Doom Eternal and stuff, all that? Or, well, no, they did actually, never mind. They did do that for a few times. Yeah, something about the soundtrack of this game doesn't really fit what you're doing. It's like elevator music. Yeah, just going through the Nazi dungeon with a gentle jazz beat going on. You hear no music? I do. I guess it is very low. I can barely hear it, but it's there. Sounds ripped from Action 52. What's Action 52? Wait, is that those like a compilation of games? Didn't Wolfenstein have its own music? That's the original Wolfenstein soundtrack? Oof. They really stumped up their game for the next one, didn't they? See you later, Rune. Have a great night, man. Nothing like those old days of like sprites moving with you to show the same graphic, right? Totally fooled you. Oh, it's so real. Not smooth jazz. Well, it's the best they could do on like old sound chips. It's just definitely a smooth beat for like, yo, killing Nazis in a dungeon. Leave all their sausages on the floor. Feel like the table's going to attack me. It was very threatening, wasn't it? Because they're German? I don't recall Germans leaving their sausages on the floor. They know how to use tables. It's potatoes, steak, and sausages. It's a whole meal down there. Unless that's also dog food and they just treat their dogs really well. You know, Wolfenstein 3D is really the epitome of the whole graphic design is my passion meme. Also, you could throw in level design is my passion. Someone tells me that's all that's in this one chamber. Yeah, there's hidden passages too, but you don't expect me to go looking for those. I'm just looking for floor sausage right now. Give me the sausage. I've clearly been through there. There's a bullet hole in the ground. Mark your path with bullet holes so you don't get lost. Not a bad idea, but you also get very little ammo. I mean, I'm actually kind of looking for a dude to kill me so I can get out of it. I've done a circle. I'm back where I began. Weirdly, the frame rate is kind of low in this thing, too. Which makes zero sense. Can you imagine if this is where games stop developing? Like, this is as far as we got. I'll keep going for a little bit longer. Probably capped it at 30 for the... Well, I guess you maybe would have to cap it for considering it is based off the old game. Weirdly, this makes my eyes hurt too. I don't know why it does what it does. Dropping ammo is realistic, I guess. Sure, why not? BJ has realistic HD hands, but yeah, I know BJ's character model will do like that, but chat, you're arguing semantics now. Why they decided to mix the Wolf 3D level? Well, they're just like, you know, funny little Easter egg stuff. That's all it is. Able to damage you because they're bullets. Use modern graphics. Sounds about right. Why do they sound like chickens when they die? Because it's old-ass video game, you know, mixed with new-ass video... Well, newish video game. In fact, I think... Isn't the audio is actually newer, isn't it? I haven't heard a single Mein Leben. Or Achtung. This is what an MMO dungeon feels like? Well, yeah, this is just a maze. That's really all they are. Really badly designed mazes, too. If I recall correctly, some of the Wolf 3D levels were really just, some of them were actually the design of them, the layout had them literally just as swastikas as well. Like, yeah, of course that's what the Nazis would build their dungeon, you know, in the shape of a swastika. Why wouldn't they do that? Okay. Now this room has really shit frame rate. The only old school shooter that you have fond memories of is Quake 2. It's actually pretty good and it's semi-nice environments. But yeah, that's when you get into the 3D era. I never played any of those games. Like, I didn't have a PC, and I was also really young. So, my first-person shooter that I ever played was actually Turok. On N64, my neighbor, like, got an N64. And I went over there to play Turok, and then eventually, GoldenEye. Like, wow, this is cool. It's like I'm really there. Of course, I was terrible at them because I was used to playing 2D games. This is the first game you 100% completed Wolfenstein 3D. That is actually impressive from what I've heard of. Heard of Wolfenstein 3D. Because it's like legendarily hard, or it gets very drags on a lot. But also, some of the levels are like a pain in the ass and just downright unfair. I only know this because I watched Civi's video on it, though. Recently made. Turok, a mediocre game that you know what? Turok 1 and Turok 2 are not mediocre games. They're alright. Oh, can I be shown the way out now, please? Mediocre and alright mean the same thing. Mediocre is more of a negative term, while alright seems more positive to me. This is hurting my eyes. Kill me. My eyes can't take any more of this. Gotta head to bed, Jim. You have a great night, man. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, gotta hit the switch. Well, they want me to get off and fight the boat. I was used to staying on the boat and killing things. It was not a fun boat ride. It's just a turret sequence. Would have been better though. How is BJ steering? Well, it's actually automated. It's on a rail, sort of. It's well, a wire. So he doesn't have to steer. He just has to hit the go button. Is that a grenade pistol? Yes, it is. Well, it feels more like a rocket launcher pistol than a grenade, because I don't notice an arc to the shot. It feels like it's just going straight forward. Oh, Bombenschuss. It wasn't expecting this to be a single bolt action, since it has a magazine sticking out the side. The Other Worlds is very good and free on Game Pass if you want. I actually already own that on Epic Store, and I actually streamed about half of it. So when do you think you'll give Witcher 1 a go? I'm not sure. I'm debating on when to do that. Maybe this year at some point. Possibility, anyways. I'm just wondering if I'll be able to get through it all, because I've heard it's very janky. It's got a lot of crusty on it. Crustiness, I should say, not Krusty the Clown. Ammo? Okay. Have I ever thought of streaming the Turok PC remaster? I never really thought of streaming it, but if I ever decide to play it, then yeah, of course I would. But I just not really, I don't know. I don't think chat would really enjoy that one too much. I don't even know if I would enjoy it too much. I never really got to finish any of the Turok 1. I only got to play it and it's like amazed because hey, it's first 3D first-person shooter game I ever played. I might not be able to like play the entire. I might get tired of it before I finish it. Peak Eurojank, yeah. Well, so is Cyberpunk. Any plans on playing Halo Infinite? Yes, I'll be playing that. Well, hopefully it's better than Halo 5, because I bought that one and never finished. But I'm hoping it's good, and yes, I'll probably be playing it. I need to like do some sim videos on Halo. It's like I can't let that one get away from me. It's too important. Peak Eurojank Stalker also getting a new game. Alright, we gotta figure out how to get these frame rate issues settled once and for all. I'm gonna like turn shadows. What would possibly be causing the frames? What is this? Compress stream textures, enable to save graphics memory, disable for highest quality. I got plenty of graphics memory, so we'll turn that off. Anti-aliasing. Why is there no anti-aliasing on? God damn it, id, and your reliance on non-NVIDIA stuff. It's weird and wonky. You're on medium again? Yeah, it's switch to hard. No, difficulty I'm sticking to medium. Normal, I mean. This is all graphic settings. Virtual texture and anisotropic? Anisotropic? What level of anisotropic? I don't understand half these words. Shadow resolution needs to go down though. That's probably what's doing it. Actually, it's already as low as it goes. Character shadows. Shadow quality. Yeah, I guess this game just does not run well on my PC. Maybe that's the issue. Depth of field can go all the way off. Is there really no... You get medium and other... Medium... I hate that. If you're gonna offer medium, you gotta offer a low. This game just seems to run like ass on my system. Taking a break, how's the stream going? Pretty well, other than some frame rate issues. Resolution 640-480. No, thank you. Like, my computer is... this game should not be even tasking my computer. But for some reason it is. Streaming textures, huh? I want to set to high and see what it does. Fuck it, set it to ultra. Definitely some frame, crust. Maybe it's like big wide open areas though.
Also, ich legte im Bett neben diesem Mädchen und...
Lag.
Was?
Du hast im Bett gelegen. Nicht gelegen.
Or are they doing the grammar Nazi joke again?
Wo ist der Unterschied?
Du legst Eier. Du liegst im Bett. Ich nehme an, du bist kein Vogel, oder?
Well, they really just reuse the same jokes over and over again, don't they?
Dich zu können ist wichtig.
Could be some program in the background sucking up juice? I don't think so. I literally reset my computer before I started my stream, so there's nothing I was running.
Damit wir nicht der Barbarei verfallen.
Na, dann erzähl ich die Geschichte eben nicht.
Ich sag ja nur, wenn wir...
Ach, halt die Klappe.
Ah, should have shot you both before you saw me. That's what I get for letting them finish talking, chat. So clever. Yeah, it's so clever they've used it in like all three of them. Well, probably all four of them, actually. Ah, doggo. For certain, the grenade would have got the dog, too. Dog did nothing wrong except bite me. God,
This air reminds me of the bog by the Johnson's farm back home. Smell of dead plants and wet wood.
Foreign games that attempt to do their language like this? Well, didn't they get actual German speakers for this game? You would think they would. I mean, like actual Germans, I mean. Have you heard of the Russian dude who raised the cougar like a house cat? No, but that sounds very Russian. Sorry to you lump that all into the Russian people, but I've seen some GIFs. I've actually come to the realization that 90% of all the crazy GIFs you see come from Russia. It's like every single time. Like, that's their #1 export, is like, here's some awesome, cool, weird-looking GIFs you can watch online. Brazil? I actually don't see many GIFs come from Brazil. Usually all the GIFs I end up watching are just Russian in origin. There's a perk system in this game. Earlier you wanted to take the heavy machine gun with you. You can You can if you kill 200 soldiers with it. I mean, I can pick that up all I want. It's just, you know, hold E to do it. Brazil man rivals Florida man. I think the reason this game is probably getting weird frame rates is because I am streaming and recording at the same time. Sometimes, usually a lot of id tech games do not work well with OBS or like recording software because they don't rely on, you know, DirectX rendering. They rely on whatever that crap well, third party stuff they use. Saw a video of a bear approaching a Russian man smoking a cigarette and not even caring. I think I saw that one recently too. And then it comes after him and he finally gets chased off. It's added to your inventory if you get the perk so you can keep the gun and switch to your other... Oh, okay, I see. Hold left Alt and W to ready your weapon. I'm holding left Alt, it does nothing. The controls did not work as described. Does the tutorial ever end? Not for games anymore. Gotta get the biggest audience possible after all. I think I remember this area back... Yeah, I do remember this area back in Return to Castle Wolfenstein. This is where you get, like, attacked by ghosts and stuff. Gotta even get the IGN journalist. Is he in this game? I actually think basically, all NPCs that are really bad at hitting you are trained off IGN data. The AI, that is. Undead soldiers. Yeah, I remember there's like, yeah, zombies and stuff. Yeah, that's right. Whoop, no. Use the pipe. No. Why did... You got a therapy puppy? Any tips on how to keep it alive when you can barely look out for yourself? Well, generally it's actually not that difficult. Just, you'll feed it and water it and you'll give it some exercise. And at the same time, do that for yourself. You gotta treat yourself as some exercise and, you know, proper, nutrition. I'm not good for giving life advice, but the idea of a therapy puppy is that I suppose you better yourself by focusing on keeping something else, happy, right? Couldn't they have, like, taught you how to take care of a dog before they give you a therapy puppy, by the way? Feels like that would come first. Feed it, or I said feed it. I would never tell anyone to beat a puppy. Jesus, I'm not a monster. Water your dog? Well, yeah, sorry, but you gotta give the dog water. Achtung. Need to get this inscription on the sarcophagus translated. Edit Regine Cineris Hic Sarcophagus Habit. What? Yeah, water your dog, chat. It feels weird. Whoa, what the? Huh? There's one bizarre ragdoll. Whoops. Well, that was dumb me. I was trying to, like, grab the secret stuff. It's all my health. Nazi magic. Looked like he was on puppet strings, actually, more than anything else. Why is the game moving so fast now? I feel... The animations, but they were sped up. Alright, that just leads there. Food and ball? Didn't see any. Dogs will usually take care of themselves. Well, they still need, still need someone to open the containers of all the food for them. An animal needs love and attention too. I think it's wrong to just say like, yo, the dog will live itself. You gotta love that animal. But if you're going through a rough time, I'm hoping the dog does you some good. Oh! Imagine that helmet's working. Love yourself? Well, I think the idea of like a therapy dog is to teach you to do exactly that. I mean, obviously, we humans are like cute furry things too. There's nothing I can do to actually fix the frame rate as long as I'm streaming and recording this game, I don't think. It's just gonna be ass. Your pause screen is solid red. I thought you died there. Oh, you mean that? Yeah. It is a very, intense bloody screen. So real, isn't it? Is the frame rate locked or is it laggy? It's, depending on where I'm at, it starts to, chunk up a bit and drop. But I believe that's due to me using OBS and recording and streaming at the same time. Because this game should not be taxing my computer at all. But because it's id Tech and they don't use, what is it id Tech was using for their graphics rendering? They didn't use DirectX, they used some third-party stuff. It's always caused issues with whatever software you're using. Except for the more recent versions. I don't have any problem with Doom Eternal and all that. Vulkan, yeah, they use Vulkan. And for some reason, a lot of like streaming software and also recording software does not work well with Vulkan. So, because it was really the only one using it. What's a host on Twitch? It's when another streamer decides they want to send their viewers over to watch another stream that they may themselves like. Basically a way of sharing your viewers and like hopefully getting more, and hopefully they'll host you back at some point. Forward and sprint and press left shift space to sprint jump. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, what was causing that goo to wig out so much though? So did I get raided by someone? Isn't that a raid? It's the same thing. Host and a raid are the same exact thing. There's not really much difference. The only difference I believe is that a host can happen even when you're... you can host someone even if you weren't streaming. You can set up to auto do it. While a raid is something you do right after you end a stream. Gotta head out. GMC, you have a great night. Would I ever advertise a product you actually really like? I did once. I did, get paid to advertise Discord, for a few times. About 2 years ago. That's the only one I've ever taken. For the most part, most of the stuff I get offered is stuff I would personally never use, so I would not ever advertise it either. And I stupidly leave a shit ton of money on the table. It's just sickening, in fact. You'd probably like, you were fucking stupid for not taking that. I could have probably, if I would have really wanted to, could have probably made like $10,000 to $20,000 just advertising Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not kidding. Over the course of a year, I would have probably made exactly around that much. Just by saying, hey, I like this Raid Shadow Legends game. The Barbarian's my favorite. I like the You're Earning Champions and the PvP, you know, whatever the crap they put in their videos. Holy shit, yeah, you don't even know the kind of money gets thrown around to YouTubers who have a significant audience. Like, I'm just like a middle tier YouTuber. Some of them get thrown around even more. But most of the stuff I get thrown I have no interest in. So I just like, it's easy for me to say no. But recently they've started like upping the amount they're paying to YouTubers. So like I've been offered like $2,000 to like, you know, do a video, a positive video on Far Cry 6. I'm like, do you realize that what I do? See, I mean, Kate's angling for that G Fuel stuff. He wants that, because he really drinks it a lot. I have morals and standards, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't feel like comfortable like telling people to go buy something I would never use myself. Sold out the Raid channel. Well, there's a reason. They pay really well. There's a reason why you see that everywhere. They may be a really crap game, but my god, are they willing to pay out. If you could make $10,000 to $20,000 in a year just by maybe doing 10 minutes of work, yeah, you're gonna take that, unless you're a dumbass like me. Integrity is most impressive. I'll probably regret it one day. Like, man, I could have bought a house. You guys even... I've never played Raid. I know no one who plays it. But I'm assuming a lot of people do, because they got a lot of money. I'm guessing it's really popular over in Asia. Who climbs rock walls by stabbing with poles? BJ, because he's that freaking ripped. He can do it. He's not gonna do the wussy way, just using your hands to grip, you know, protruding ledges. He's gonna stab the freaking wall. You downloaded Raid but never even opened it? Were you like supporting the YouTuber you liked or something? But yeah, every single one of those YouTuber like promotions that you've seen on other channels, I've received too. Like, you know, all the Dollar Shave Club, various VPNs, Raid Shadow Legends, Audible, bunch of other just really shady looking crap too. Manscaping, Ridge Wallet, all that stuff. We all get them. They basically blanket send them out. Sometimes they personalize it if they really want the person. They really want the person who has a big audience. But they usually offer you like a blanket rate. But they usually have the same. They all also generally all have the same deal. Like, we'll pay you a flat rate for the upfront, and then the rest you get from getting people to sign up by using the code. Dollar Shave Club and Manscaped are actually really good. Yeah, but I don't use them, so I wouldn't really advertise them. And the thing is, I don't really like sticking shit in the beginning of my video that has nothing to do with the video. To me, that just like it's gonna make me cringe later on, and I know it. So I like, not worth it. What happens if, like, several years from now, that business is no longer around, or whatever, and it's like, hey, go do this thing that doesn't exist anymore, because the video will still be there. Huh? See you later. Hey, Cameron, you have a good night, man. Real sin having your data stolen, but yeah, that's the really cheesy shit that a lot of people do for them. There is only like one YouTuber I know of who can actually do those kind of, you know, ads and make them entertaining, and that's Internet Historian. You what, Agent 47? Use that smooth skin Dollar Shave Club, baby. I mean, I don't think he grows any body hairs. I don't think he has to worry about shaving. Linus Tech Tips is really good with making ads. I don't think they are at all. They're usually really corny. Like, they like try to worm it into their thing. Like, but first, let's get to our. I've seen plenty of Linus Tech. I mean, it's a good channel, but I don't think they're good at doing the ads. They just like try to seek into it and be cute when they do it. Versus, you know, internet historian who goes all out and makes like characters and like lore for it and shit. It's like weird, but it works. The only ad I ever did, though, was for Discord, because I was using it and had already done it for free, so I was like, I'm fine with that, and we put together, like, a really, I had Rune put together, like, a very 80s-looking, you know, the visualization of, like, you know, retro colors and stuff for it. So, yeah, that works for me. Showed some actual effort. Oddly enough, I think that ad was actually for my Discord thing I took on. That was actually on the one of my was a Wolfenstein video I did. All comes back around, Chad. It's a circle. Markiplier made a fake movie trailer. Yeah, I guess when you... The kind of money they're paying for Markiplier to talk about it, though, he can afford it, though. When you're a channel that big, you're getting paid... more than you're making in a year to do, you know, talk about something for a minute or so. Oh, dare. That resolution, yeah, it probably gets pretty low. Well, the resolution is at 1080p for me, but sometimes when you're streaming, if the bits per second get real low, it can like try to rectify it. Paris, 1946. 2 years after the failed Allied invasion of Normandy, in June 1944, the Wehrmacht, in cooperation with the People's Front, is ready to inaugurate the first Normandy Defense Museum. Spread out on 3 beaches, the museum is connected by an underground metro and will feature tours of the bunkers, encampments, and the beaches themselves. 156,000 Allied soldiers died during the attempted invasion of Normandy. Only 89 German heroes lost their lives. The failed invasion was subsequently dubbed D-Day by the Allied aggressors, where the D stands for the English word for death. It's perceived by many as the final nail in the coffin for the already strained Anglo-American alliance. When asked about the speed of which the museum was built, the chief of the museum remarked, "It's poetic justice. The museum was built by the enemies we captured during the invasion. They came here to destroy our fatherland, but ended up building a monument to their own defeat." Is that what the D stands for? Well, I guess in this your remade timeline, sure, they can make it stand for... The victors usually get to make it stand for what they want. Did the Nazis just win because of magic? Magic and ancient Jewish advanced technology. But mainly the advanced technology thing. It's really only the Old Blood and Return to Castle Wolfenstein that focus on the occult stuff. And really, it's only Return to Castle Wolfenstein that focuses on the occult stuff. So Jewish magic? Well, Jewish advanced technology. But I guess, considering, you know, once technology gets advanced enough, it's indecipherable from magic anyways, right? Has BJ still never put on a shirt? He has not. Sniper rifle. Wow. Cool pipe. It's very useful. Surprised he doesn't, you know, keep that tool with him all the time. Good evening, I cannot sleep and it angers me, so you shall come vibe here to hopefully get awakened. Oh, well, hey, I'm sorry you can't get any sleep tonight. Oh god, the Nazis in this universe totally would have believed in a Jewish suit space laser. Also, hi, sorry for being AWOL. Had games or... Hey man, you don't have to apologize. You got your own life to take care of. But thanks for stopping by. Yeah. You know, Wolfenstein has an interesting alternate history, doesn't it? But the whole ancient Jewish technology thing is one really weird tangent they go off. They do that just to make it ironic, and only ironic, really. It's like, oh, the Nazis won because of the Jews, but it also doesn't make any sense that the Jewish, I forget what they called themselves, had all this advanced stuff and they just sat on it like, yeah, we want to make it to show that we can make it. Even when we're being systematically exterminated by a horrible group of people. Opens elsewhere. Technology that cannot be explained by modern terminology is referred to as space magic. I mean, sure, we can really call that whatever we want at this point. You can call it cock magic if you like. I've been making a lot of those in Valheim. Dick magic. It's an ancient art. You know what this game really needs that I haven't gotten? A shotgun. On a related note, I cannot wait for you and Kate to play It Takes Two. Yeah, the trailers have got me really... I mean, it looks really freaking good. And I've heard all the reviews so far have been really positive. So I'm glad you're looking forward to it too. I believe we're planning to play that on... I think it's the 6th and 7th of April. So, very soon. Also, Solomon Signet, thank you for the 12 months. Good evening, sir. How's it going? So far, pretty well. It's been a great stream tonight, I think. What do you think, Chad? Great stream? Hello? Something about that head doesn't seem as kingly as the rest of the photo. Or are you painting? Did I play A Way Out? I did. I made a video on it as well. But yeah, because it'll probably take 2 streams for us to play through It Takes Two as well. We scheduled like 2 days in a row where we can stream together. In person too. So I'll be using Facecam. Just remember the fun series of to play co-op Trine. Have you? I've played Trine actually, the first one. I didn't play it in co-op though. I played it single player. That whole having friends thing's always been an issue. Ow. Ow. If you look at a grenade long enough, Chad, it doesn't hurt you anymore. What types of games do I prefer? I prefer stuff that really does focus on making me care about the characters and the world in the game. It's kind of weird. It's not really the genre, it's how they go about developing the game. I like games that focus on world building and character building. But also combine that with fun gameplay. But it doesn't really matter on the genre, you can make anything fun. Maybe even 3 days, the devs say it can top out at 14 hours, but trust me, it is worth it. Possibly Game of the Year candidate, maybe not the winner. Oh, that's some high praise you got for it. I just know the trailers look pretty damn good for it so far. In fact, there's a ton of variety, and you never do the same thing twice, which is a good sign. I can't remember the developer's name, but he's really, so far he's made 3 games that I've played all 3 of them, and they've all been really good. Well, I've played 2 of the 3 games he's made, and they've been good. Streams with Kate are so fun. They got you to subscribe to her channel. Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure she appreciates it. She's going to be doing a lot more stuff on her channel starting in April. She's going to have a lot more free time. More like 12 hours? Well, like I said, we're planning to do like 6-hour streams of it 2 nights in a row, so I think we should be able to do it. Yosef, fuck the Oscars, exactly. He's definitely proven himself. He has a particular genre he likes to do. He likes to do the co-op stuff that you can only play in co-op. Well, except for his first game, which was like a single-player game, but you pretended like it was co-op. Is she quitting her job? No. But she will be working less hours at her job, I believe. If things continue to go the way they're currently going. She's not ready to, like, cut the job loose just yet. It takes a bit more, money to make... gotta make up for the salary somehow. So she's not that level. Hopefully, though, eventually. Did he make the Brothers game? Yes, that's the first game that... I think it's his first game. I don't know of anything else he's done besides that and A Way Out. I remember hearing about Brothers because Total Biscuit said it was like one of his favorite games ever, so Actually, I have a playthrough of Brothers on my old Let's Play channel, chat. If you ever want to watch me play through that game. Before I started doing this old game sin stuff. Nope, out of ammo for that. What's my old channel? It's called Oh No Robots. It didn't really do very well, so I kind of ended up abandoning it eventually. This isn't powered on. Back when Dart was a pilot. Yep, around the same time, actually. I was kind of working on both channels. You release Resident Evil 0 at the same time that Game Care Network was that planned, or no, it was not planned. I remember some people said that about it. It was definitely not planned. I actually don't know what any other Game Care, what any other Game Sin channel is doing it, because we don't have any conversations. I've never actually talked with any of them, outside of a single comment on one of my videos years ago. So I had no idea they were going to do that, and they didn't know I was going to do it. Well, I guess it's possible they knew I was going to do it, because I did live stream the game, and was saying I was working on it. But I don't think they would try to, like, go and, like, yo, scoop me on it or something, because it's not really a big game or a big release. It's an old-ass game that no one really cared about. So I think it's just one of those weird things that happened. But hey, it doesn't matter now, does it? Because I'm the only one doing this shit. It's mine. No, I'm Mr. Game Sense. It's my genre. Holy shit, I played League for 1 month. Played it for 1 month and that was enough. I only ever really played Ratchet too, by the way. Mainly because he was OP as shit when I did play it, and he was really easy to win with him. Got the Monavi, it's right. All me now. You want your Game Sin videos? You're coming to watch my stuff. There should be a lever that activates his boat somewhere. Actually, where am I? Where's my objective? I've been stuck in it for a year, that's the plan. Actually, what about Chari 5? Like, when it comes to, like, Game Sin channels, the dedicated Sin channels, it's really just me now. There's probably, like, a few channels that do it off and on, and do, like, a single video of some game they really care about, but I'm the only one that's, like, a dedicated channel. And there was really only 3 channels that really did it, professionally, I would guess. And now I'm the only one. Everyone else gave up. It's too hard for them. I'm a bit lost. Flashing on the wall back there? Where? Usually it's like a lever or something, but none of those are doing that. What's up? What's up, Miyoko? How you doing? Takes Two is made by the same guy who made that shitty A Way Out game. I don't think A Way Out was shitty. It was alright. I liked it enough. What do you regret more, playing League or eating a ghost pepper? I don't regret eating that ghost pepper at all. If I had not done that, I would not be sitting here in front of you right now. That video was my first ever successful video on YouTube, and managed to, like, it allowed me to make the connections to make my other channel that became Game Sins what it is. Had I not done that, I would have never, been doing this. On the wall over the barrels left of the gate. So you don't mean those barrels. Missed the last streams, you were busy? Hey man, you don't have to apologize. Watch when you want, when you can. Opens from the other side. Further left, huh? Maybe I go underwater, because I can swim and dive. You'd think this would do something. Is my blood really B+? I actually don't know what my blood type is. Is that bad? I'm sure my mom does, but I don't know what it is. Ghost Peppers made sim videos possible? For me, they did. How do I not know my own blood type? I don't know, I just don't. Never really come up. The flashing thing was a map, but nice, but it doesn't really help me. Need to get over there. If you ever need a transfusion, you're kind of fucked if you don't know your blood type. Well, they can literally do a test in the hospital and find out what your blood type is. It's not even that difficult. It's on your ID. You're probably right about that. Finally, that I found the map. That doesn't really help me though. I need to know where the switch is located. It's not on your driver's license? Don't worry, chat. I got all of you as my potential organ and blood donors if I need it, right? You already, like, signed the agreement when you started watching my Twitch channel. And all my YouTube. Yep. Sorry, it's in the contract. You're all gonna be my blood boys. You know that trend of, like, rich people, like, I need the blood of the young. Keep myself that way. That's what you're gonna... One of you is gonna be volunteering for that. I'm beginning to think I'm supposed to swim. Put your mom's blood type in your driver's license because you were so broke back then you couldn't pay for a blood test? Yeah, I know very much what it's like to be that freaking poor. Not fun. Why do you think I do daily as sacrifices? You're harvesting? Oh, you're collecting stuff in jars for me? Good. It's my destiny to live forever, chat, so... I am a cult leader, apparently. I'm gonna gold. You know, it's probably not a good idea to pick up gold bars while you're underwater. Oh, don't drown, boy. Why can't I get to the surface? It's right there. It was weird. Typing is not what makes so long, it's the screening for the blood that takes the most time. The gold is weighing you down, though. The gold is not doing anything such a thing, it just points. Swimming is really awkward in this game. This really all I had to do is swim across it, and I was just dicking around for so long. Yep, this is what I had to do. What country would I like to visit? There's plenty of European countries I like to visit. I guess I should mention like one from like different continents. Like I would like definitely like to visit, you know, the now that I'm put on the spot, I like to visit like Japan at some point and like see all see that stuff. Not the wee berries of Japan, the actual historical parts of it, and also just for the food. Why not? Well, I didn't say anything. I mean, let's see. Where else would I like to go? Not why not? Chad, you haven't let me answer. Maybe I'll answer one of those things. You're saying, why not Africa? Why not Egypt? Why not Madagascar? Kind of reminded me of Far Cry 3 swimming and how awkward it was. This is way more awkward than swimming in Far Cry. Feels like I'm just splashing around fruitlessly. Why not Antarctica? There is that one island on Antarctica that, you know, the northern part of it that's not too bad for, like, you know, seeing the wildlife. Weebs in Japan are carefully contained in the Tokyo-made cafes. That's what they made them for. That and, what is it, Akihabara or something? There's way more to Japan than just weeb shit. I'm supposed to like lean up out the window and shoot, but I can't make it work. These are the worst iron sights in any game. Also, Musical Pumpkin 100 bits. I stayed up all night to get editing, uploading, and streaming done, and I am back after a couple hours of nap. I got working a bit. Enjoy the streams, man. You sound like you had a rough time. Make sure you're getting proper sleep, though. You can't really make good content if you're sleepy all the time. Or you'll... no energy. Jesus, what are you made of? Started Assassin's Creed Unity today. I suppose that one won't take you too long to get through. Everyone dead? Nope. Ah. Thought everyone was dead. Ashloff. Alright. Maybe I'll try my throwing knives. Now you get what you're playing Bullet Sponge Simulator? Well, there aren't too many FPS games where you're not built. Well, actually, you mean the enemies? The enemies are not bullet sponges. That was like the first one that could take a few hits from me. He's got heavy armor on, though. Dink. I don't know, I think I'm just missing. Oh. Duke Nukem has competition. I wish we would get an actual proper new Duke game. Feels like it's missing without it. It's missed out in several generations, in fact, you know, the Duke franchise. And especially now is like a perfect time to bring it back, because there's like a lot of people interested in boomer shooters. Did I see the last one? Yeah, that one was a fucking mess, but that was also one that had been in development for like a decade. But a proper, retake on, like a new one, would not be a... Well, considering Gearbox owns it, it probably would be, but... We can dream, right? The shock hammer. Big Daka. It's like, why does Twitch keep pausing the scroll for me? Stop that, Twitch. Duke Nukem is way too misogynistic to be made today. Not really. It's too goofy. It takes care of itself by not being serious. However, they did have that weird fucked up stuff in the last game where you're getting like a blowjob from like two Olsen twins at the beginning. It's like, huh? Huh? You wanted a shotgun? You got one. It doesn't even look like one though. Last game spent most of its time making fun of other shooters like Half-Life. I do know, yeah, but that's because it was made by people who clearly had given the fuck up years ago, and they had nothing left. Like, a lot of the people who had been working on it for years, like, moved on because this game's fucking ass and it's never gonna be released. Ion Fury? Technically, yeah, that tries to be like the old school Duke Nukem. But I mean like a proper, like, Doom 2016 Duke Nukem game. That's what I'd like to see done. You know, like we were promised many years and moons ago. But, yeah, there's like plenty of, like, all the new boomer shooter wave, all of them are trying to, like, mimic and ape, like, older stuff. Like, there's a Quake clone, you know, the Doom, Duke 3D clones, and there's, like, the old Blood clones. I like... Heck, we're even getting, like, a game that's sort of like, you know, old Thief games, you know, that's coming out. Do you think you can do Nukem minus any misogyny? After all, a lot of comedy more comes from Duke Nukem's attitude. His attitude, though, is meant to be, like, very, like, macho-y and misogynistic. He's almost like, what was the name of that, you know, cartoon character? Well, he is a cartoon character himself, that's for sure. But you kind of have to do those kind of jokes if you're going to do Duke, or it's going to be really, like, people will get really, like, this isn't Duke. Duke's an asshole. He's meant to be, like, just a piece of shit, sort of, almost. Johnny Bravo, yeah, I always used to think there was a very similar, you know, take, or like Johnny Bravo was inspired by it somewhat. But yeah, like, you gotta imagine, like, Duke Nukem is like that shitty, you know, creepy uncle you got, that, but in this case is actually can kick your ass. In fact, I think you could probably make a Duke Nukem game and leverage the kind of, like, world we live in today to make fun of him in it, and you'll make fun of the world itself. That's how you do humor properly. Where you give and take, everything's getting made fun of. Oh, that's a lot of shit. These big, yo, enemies right now, feeling a bit like Youngblood enemies. I'm at 1 HP, chat. Blaze of Glory. Well, that could have gone better. Turns out, shotgun was not a great use there. Then again, with one shotgun not working, maybe two will do the job. I'm technically alive. Oh, the last guy. Probably, well, I think if you make something absurd enough, most people know you're supposed to laugh at it. I mean, you're not gonna be able to make everyone get the joke. There are always gonna be people that are like... I mean, there were people who were offended by Duke back when Duke Nukem games came out. I'm pretty sure you'll find, like, reports about that, so... There's gonna be definitely people who get pissed off about it. There's no way you're gonna avoid that. But I think you can, if you make it absurd enough, yeah, you can definitely make it work. Gotta say your favorite line, Dartigan, you got the cheeks clapped? Well, this is the first time in the game I got my cheeks clapped, so I did. There's some very bright red handprints on those cheeks. Find a way to get through this shit, though. I think this worked pretty well. There's also chuck a grenade out. Wait, can I chuck grenades when I have my hands full? Yes, you can. How? I don't know. Well, that went worse. No. Not going very well. He's got a third arm coming out of his stomach, Chad. It explains it. It's all explained in the lore, don't worry. Maybe I should reload it before I went out there to fight. Maybe I can, like, lead them in here. While you walk to them reloading, because I'm stupid, alright? You know this. We all know this. You don't even need to ask that question. I'm out of grenades. What about a game where Duke is still his absurd self, but a lot of the world around him plays it completely straight and reacts to his stuff? That's working for like, yeah, that could work. I mean, that still takes execution. But you could definitely make that work. Like a world that's moved on from him. I mean, he is. That basically would be what it is. The world has kind of moved on from Duke Nukem. He's kind of like a tired, franchise that hasn't had a good game in a long time. So you could definitely play that up. Because Duke is meant to be a bit meta, too. Because he definitely knows he's a video game character kind of character. Ow, 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 ow. You can understand their death screams? All those who can speak, who are bilingual, God bless you. Oh, that guy took a bullet to the face. Shotgun from a distance? Doesn't sound like a good idea to me, no. I think I'll stick with that sniper rifle I was using. Hope they got some armor here for me, because I am hurting. Dart, are you also bilingual? You speak normal English and horny chat. Well, that's a language of my own creation, I guess, right? How do you want me to respond to that? I'm not really sure. Do I respond seriously? Do I joke it up with you like, oh, totally horny chat's a language of its own? No, I speak English, Southern English, and fucking English is always my standard reply to, like, the bilingual stuff. Spawn with yeehaw. I don't really have too much Southern, language to use, though. Even though I was born here. Because I wanted people to take me seriously in life, so I never really developed much of the accent or the lingo. Can you speak some when I speak Southern, though, it sounds really fake. Like, it doesn't sound like... It sounds like someone who isn't Southern trying to sound like they're Southern. Or at least I think it is. I mean, I did teach you guys the word Ewans recently, and you didn't believe me. Like, Ewans, go on outside. You've been inside all day. Now, Ewans, get the fuck out get the fuck out. Let me have a drink. I've been working hard all day. I just need to clear my fucking head. See, is that good enough for you? Is that cutscene really necessary? Does this have a story? Yes. I can't answer it though, 'cause I'm still waiting for them to develop a bit on it. We're just sneaking into Castle Wolfenstein to disrupt some Nazi shit. Am I from Tennessee? I cannot answer affirmative or negative because I would like clue you into where I might live. Gotta maintain that privacy, yo. That could be bad. Don't I live in Texas? That is the theory after all that power outage stuff, but I don't really hear much Texan in my voice now, do you? Hey, how come you don't have a power line? I figured out batteries, chat. We're doomed. Oh, the frame rate is really tanked in this area. They're really not giving me the explosive rounds anymore either. You're from Texas and you rarely hear a Texan accent. Still, I'm not talking about the really stereotypical yeehaw Texan accent, cowboy hat and all that stuff. There's the subtle stuff that you hear in a Texan accent, which I have none of. I live in the 51st state, chat. That's where I live. They didn't teach you that about that one in social studies, did they? I'm like the Planet X of U.S. states. You don't even know we exist. Something about using, silenced pistols akimbo doesn't, scream stealth to me. I don't want to activate that yet because there's probably plot stuff I'll miss. You live in Musk City, Mars? Maybe one day. Let's hope that works out. DC is a state now? No, they're not. Neither, nope, they haven't been made into a state. I feel like I'm a little, somewhat in like the Resident Evil 4 castle. Chad, you can make all the guesses you like, I'm not gonna confirm it. Sorry. Too smart for you. I'd rather just use one gun. I prefer accuracy over like your shitty firepower. How often do tornadoes form in my area? Well, I can't tell you that either, because that would also be a clue now either. There's only a few states that regularly get tornadoes after all. You're asking for some very specific details. Oklahoma. What part of Oklahoma is in the southern U.S.? Well, I mean, never shit it is. I mean, yeah, that is southern state. For some reason I was thinking that's a completely different area. You see how southern I am. But yeah, okay, yes, that is a southern state. For some reason I kind of consider Oklahoma more like a Midwest state sometimes. No, Chad, have you ever considered the fact that I might be misleading you with this whole big, lives in the South thing? For all you know, I'm living up in Denver. And it's all a big ploy you've all fallen for. Got it, I'm British? There have actually been people who thought I was British before, realistically, who came in and even asked in stream. As well as people asking if I was Swedish. My accent is apparently extremely difficult to place. Because if you notice, there are times when I get when I get in like goofy mode, I'm like, yeah, and I guess maybe then it sounds Swedish. I don't know. There's been people who's like, are you Swedish? I'm like, no. Like when I'm like silently laughing to myself, my voice can, I guess it can take on a Swedish tone, I don't know. Oh. Ow, 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 there's dudes everywhere. Could be living in my mom's basement. It's a very peaceful basement then, so you never hear anything else but me. Or my cat. Be a 100-pound dude named Chuck. Well, my face is not exactly, you know... I clearly weigh more than 100 pounds if you've ever seen my face. Or the rest of my body. I'm a 6'1", 180-pounder dude. That's a weird way of describing yourself, but it's true. Oh, this game is missing chat bayonets. But your name is Chuck, though. No, it isn't. My name is Charles. Well, but you know me as Dartigan. Or at least you should. That's the name I've given you to use. And you're free to use. God, the siren turned off, though. The alarm was missing somehow bad. I'm annoying, huh? So what I'm gathering from this conversation in your notes is that you are a robotic Swedish dairy prince known as Charles Chuck Dartigan. Yeah, that's that. You can add that one to the lore. Put that on the wiki. Cool. I have a wiki? Probably. I know there's there's a TV tropes page on me. Yeah, I'm that big, chat. It's gonna get even bigger now that I'm the only game center out there. My new name is Darius Green. Are you guys trying to put me on, like, hostage, you'll not hostage, but new, what is it when they give people new identities? Like, to keep them safe. Witness protection. Am I on rate your feet? Not yet. I've never actually shown my feet because it's too much for most people to take. I need to be on rate my feet. I'm pretty sure I would have the best. My feet are like nothing to be, nothing to be, shit. Can't think of the proper verb or adjective here. Nothing to be bet against. Let's go with that. I could definitely be a foot model. I could be making so much more money on OnlyFans, chat. What am I doing here playing games for you? Like Jaeger has been torturing that Englishman for hours, and they sure took him a long way for it. Did you know MacGyver's name is Angus? No, I only know him as MacGyver. For some reason, while I'm playing this game, it keeps messing with my keyboard inputs, and it's actually moving the scrolling around on my actual stream browser that I'm watching the stream play out on to make sure it's running. Keep constantly messing with it. You only gotta find feet obsession weird? No, you're not. I do as well, but I like making jokes about it. Dart has a girl's name? Well, I have a name that can be used for girls' names and guys' names, but generally it's used for girls. Do I have an OnlyFans? I do not. Sadly, I have not got on the OnlyFans train. Like people who play Pokemon unironically. No one plays Pokemon anymore, they just grow for the cards. It's all about the opening card packs. You never made a girl named Charles? I'm talking about my middle name. It's Dana. That guy I could not kill with one shot. Dartigan, D-A-N-A, chat. There's no I in it. Had one shot, one opportunity. Would you capture it or just let it slip? This is some song lyric shit, isn't it? You had one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Dana Carvey? Yeah, like Dana Carvey. That guy. Get up safer up on the rafters. Okay, no more backup. Is my last name Scully? No. But not a bad guess, I guess. But, well, actually it is a horrible guess because you're just like, oh, this is a famous person. I don't know if you can stealth kill those guys or not. I wonder if you can. See me? Nope, he definitely saw me. Famous FBI agent Dana Scully. He was just the straight man to Mulder's weirdness, you know. You know what I want, chat? I want an anime version of X-Files. I think that could work. Does like Netflix maybe want to like fund that one? Or maybe Amazon. Someone should fund this idea. It's genius. Is it though? I think it is. I mean, I wouldn't watch it, but I would want it to exist. So, Dartigan, you ever thinking about doing a Sin video on Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker? I mean, that's the only one left I can do, right? So, if I want to do another Metal Gear Solid video, I kind of have to. I don't know how good that one would be, though. Isn't there, like, a lot of, like, comic book pages and stuff in that one? That makes it visually less interesting. But I'll probably definitely play it at some point. The problem is, though, it's kind of hard to play it, because I think it's you can only play it on, like, if you don't have the handheld, which I obviously couldn't record anyways, the only way to play it is on, like, PlayStation 3, right? Well, those games are kind of locked to that. So I don't think you can get it on PS4. You did a Metal Gear Solid 2 sim video? Yep. Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Rising. On Xbox 360? I thought so too, but the Metal Gear Solid pack of 2 and 3 that I got on it doesn't include Peace Walker. So maybe there's a different version that includes that, but I just had to buy... I think you have to get that again, though. I guess we're going up there. Crap. You can buy the Metal Gear Solid HD collection on physical media for the play... Yeah, but I don't own a PlayStation 3 is the problem. That's why I was saying it's a bit difficult. How do you make the intros? Usually very similar to the game logos. Other a theme in your Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes being a prime example. Well, first of all, I don't make the intros. That's Runestorm. He's the guy who does that, and he's very good at it. That's basically the answer to how he does it, too. Oftentimes, we do just take the footage of the games, like something from the game or the game's trailers, and we edit that and include like our own stuff into it. And that's how we make it happen. There are times that we fully create it, though, from scratch, though. There's been some very, like one of the best ones is when we did the Battlefield 2 intro, and he went and actually made 3D loot boxes and animated it to work properly and look like it's coming from the game. So that one was one of my favorites. Crap! Why can I not get over there? I'm dumb and there's an easier way. What are you guys arguing about? Statehood again? Yeah, stop arguing about, politics, whatever it's out. Let's have fun. Would you ever stream Metal Gear or Metal Gear 2? I highly doubt it. I mean, those games never look really that fun to me, to be honest with you. Is that a Twitch sending me a message, or what? No, it's Twitch telling me that I'm streaming. Thank you, Twitch. Did you go to conventions and events like E3 or PAX for the end times? I did not. I don't really live anywhere near that kind of stuff. So it'd be one hell of a... It'd be a pain in the ass to, like, go to it. I'd have to, like, fly and everything. So yeah, nothing like that in my area. I'm streaming, I know, amazing, right? Okay, I guess I'm just haven't been picking up letters. I see. Didn't know you were streaming. Good to know. Yeah, this is a would you think it was a recording the entire time? Helga's Diary. My God, how it's snowing outside. The stone corridors of this castle are freezing cold. I have to wear thick, warm socks every day. They're comfortable, but a terrible itch sets in after a while. Got back the translation of another passage from King Otto's diary today. Very interesting. The king is grief-stricken after his wife, Queen Egiduth, died unexpectedly. He goes on to write about ancient fragments of parchments that have come into his possession. He has put his most prominent scholars on the task of deciphering them. Despite not knowing their contents, he believes them to be a gift from God, and that the Lord is telling him his destiny is to become the Holy Emperor of Europe. Puzzling. They must have looked really special, these parchments. Or maybe it's the grief taking over, blinding him. Anyway, went to the wine cellar earlier today, found a 1928 Bordeaux, however you say that French word. A very good year, I've heard. Time to taste. No triggers you because someone who lives in Texas? It's probably a much scarier thing for you now, right? Because you know it can happen there. Oh, well, I wonder why the gate was sparking. Octong. Eat the egg, that what it was. Ingrid's letter. Rudy, my sweet boy, I wish you could have taken the time to visit your poor old mother this Christmas. Maybe you were busy, what do I know? When we were little, you were such a good boy, such a good son. Honestly, feel, and maybe I should have told you this, that I was blessed to have had you in my life. I know your father could be cruel, very cruel to you sometimes, but that's all in the past now, isn't it? Best not to dwell on such things, and besides, I was always there to nurse your wounds and stave off infections. So I think it's unfair for you to blame me for what he did. You know, he only meant to correct you, and sometimes, frankly, it was all in his right to do so. While you were a good son most of the time, you could also be very, very bad when that dark mood fell upon you. I'm sure you understand why your father had to use his belt. Okay. My dear boy, you know how I fell upon hard times after your father died, and I had to send you away to your cousins in Frankfurt. Well, now that you are so successful at the SS, I was thinking you could send me some money. I'm not asking for much, my dear, but it would ease the pain that comes with growing old alone. Your loving mother, Ingrid. That's a rough letter to get, chat. Very rough letter to get. Why do they like banknotes all over the toilet? Cabinet. Oh, hyperinflation. This was well after hyperinflation in Germany, I think, right? That's like before the war, broke out. So we're going down there, but before we do that, so they got toilet paper too. Also this. I think the other one's like a secret area, so we should go do that real quick. To wipe? I mean, yeah, but they got toilet paper in the next room. The other guys are using money? Note from the scholar of King Otto. Here is the translation you asked for. Fra Obersternbonführer. I have so far applied all my skills to deciphering the confusing translation bestowed to me by the king's linguistic scholars. Many of King Otto's parchments were badly damaged, scorched by fire, and missing complete paragraphs that seemingly contain crucial information. Also, my work has been slowed down considerably by utterly dismal test conditions in these dungeons. However, during the last month, I have been making enormous strides in my research. The bodily fluids circulating within a human can be altered with an alchemical substance which is partially described in one of the text fragments. In theory, I should be able to create a serum which can awaken dead tissue. Zombies. This would allow wounded soldiers to be healed in the middle of a battle. However, as a fascinating side effect, one of the test subjects died from an alchemical compound, and when I went to pull the sheet over his body, he opened his eyes. The subject had remarkably returned from death. Thus far, I have successfully brought 5 test subjects back to life. I have observed their subjects returning from death enter into a catatonic sleep-like state. Furthermore, the body temperature of the subjects increases dramatically. I have even seen some of them spontaneously burst into flames from the accumulated internal heat. Another unfortunate side effect is that they become gripped by a murderous frenzy, which seems to never wane. The only way to permanently kill them seems to be destroying the brain or hack them into little pieces. I have started calling them shamblers because of how they move. More experimentation is needed. As soon as I get my reinforced straps for the dissection table, I shall attempt a vivisection on one of them. Sigvald Berger. Fire zombies. You know, it actually makes sense that they wouldn't use the word zombies, because this is kind of before, World War II is before we started actually, talking about zombies and using that word. That didn't really come about until, like, what, the movies? Note from Scholar of King... Man, my voice is really starting to go, isn't it? Here is the translation requested. It's hard to write in these dungeons. We are running out of candles and need to stock up during our next visit to Paderborn. Last week I gave the alchemical concoction provided to me by Sigvald Berger to one of the war beasts. Hold up. Hitherto, it has shown mostly positive effects. Their muscles have grown stronger, and both strength and agility seem to have greatly improved. What is especially remarkable, however, is that the alchemical concoction has solved the problem of decaying flesh exhibited by previous incarnations. This would of course make them more reliable when used in battle. I've noticed a strange side effect where the beasts release noxious green-colored gases which seem to have no effect on humans. We need to investigate further, however. Do not want our soldiers falling ill on the battlefield. Also, I'm not sure if I'm imagining this, but it does seem to me that the beasts have grown bigger over the past month. It's been a lot of reading. My mouth is now filled with spit. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. Though technically I think the word existed, zombie existed before that. They just appropriated it. It's like, in like voodoo stuff, right? Oh, we got a new checkpoint. I think we're going to end it there too, because I am barely able to talk anymore. If you notice, my voice has been going in and out. Whew. That seems like a good stopping point. I mean, you're reading. But hey, it's like 12 midnight anyways. And you guys have been great tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I think it was a pretty good one, actually. I'll be streaming again tomorrow if you want to stop by and say hello. So be sure to hit that follow button up there. And if you want, you can join the Discord. I'm sure someone will post a link to it in a second. If not, you can scroll down and find it. Hold on, stretching. But, hey, chat, not too bad. So also, thank you for any bits or subs or gift subs tonight, and thank you for being chill. Thanks for the mods, too. Doing an excellent job, as always. So, chat, anything you want to say to me before we sign off? Any last questions? But, for all you leaving, have a great night. Peace, 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 everyone. Peace. Dart is African? Hey, now. I'm not cool enough. You love me, I love you back. Have a good night. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. I will try my best to sleep well and give you another great stream tomorrow. Check out the artwork you put on Discord. Is in the photo section. I will definitely take a look. There's apparently been quite a few things posted in the Discord for me tonight. Alright, I guess that's all then. So chat, you guys have a great night. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Well, I guess we'll play more of this. I don't know how much is left. Maybe we're about halfway through, who knows. Anyways, chat, have a great day at work or school tomorrow, or whatever. I'll see you later.